Big shout to okjersey.com. Scan the QR code below and actually go to the link below to get affordable football shirts from all the European leagues, including the English clubs, all of them, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, City, Spurs, Chelsea, all of them, of course, are all there. You can get the current ones, past seasons, and also some absolute gems out there, vintage ones, and actually very affordable football shirts, high quality, like the one I'm wearing right here. It is very simple to get one. Let me show you how. You go to the website. It's very simple. You click on the Premier League, pick the club you want. For me, I pick Newcastle, for example. You go there, you will find all the current ones, training ones as well. You add whatever you want to the cart. Of course, check the sizes, add a patch, add to cart, but also never forget, as it says below, scan the QR code and put the code JUDGE in the checkout to get 8% discount. It's that easy. Just go to the website, check the football shirt you want. You will not regret it. Now, let's get back to our stream. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. If you're here for the first time, make sure to check out okjersey.com right below to get your affordable football shirts, of course. Use the code JUDGE, to get 8%. Listen, the quality is top notch. Don't let anybody gaslight you and tell you otherwise. For £15, £20, you never get something better than this. I promise you this. Go and get your shirts. It's like I have plenty of Arsenal, Chelsea. I got Man City. I got Liverpool. I got United. I got Spurs. I got all of them right here. This is Inter ones. I got plenty of Inter ones. The quality, you can tell. Top notch. Just go and get them. Just go and check them out. But listen, all I have to say is Chelsea are 1 win in 7. They are now in the same points as Man United, 15 points behind Arsenal in the title race. They are still in the title race. Of course, everything is possible in football. But also, are Arsenal in crisis if we lose to Aston Villa? I guess we'll never know. 100%. I guess we'll never know. Is Unai Emery better than Mikel Arteta? Maybe he schools him today. Maybe he did. I was told that Unai Emery's got master class at the Emirates. Bro defended for 90 minutes. 90 minutes. And shipped 4 goals. I'm being serious, bro. You defend for 90 minutes and he shipped 4 goals. What the fuck? And then people tell me that this guy is better than that, better than this. Bro, I'm going to tell you something. I swear to God, I'll take Maresca over Unai Emery. Just have some shame on the decorum. Oh. Unai Emery with big teams. When the pressure was on, now, that's what I mean. And I'm gonna end my intro on this, and I'm gonna introduce the panelists. And we're gonna have a good show. Hit that like button, people. All these games that Unai Emery won, No one was talking about title race, pressure. You can be top of the table. You can be equal to Arsenal, blah, blah, blah. That one game, if he wins this game, performs well, he can actually put himself in a very good place. He loses 4-1, ships 4 goals. But listen, people, hit that like button, guys. Let's get to 100 likes right off the bat. Subscribe if you're new. Let's get this show at least to 300 likes. Hit that like button. Bro, the guy didn't even want to shake Arteta's hand, bro. You lose 4-0 at the Emirates. At least respect the fans. Ahmed Flowers, Jamal, hold 2 points, Wolves. Bro, Man United are in the same points as Ahmed will be joining us in a bit. Man United couldn't beat Wolves. It's actually nuts. But big up. How are you guys? How are you, Ads? You're right. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas to you. Marshall, Merry Christmas to you, my man. How you doing? You're right.
Christmas. I've been better.
How is the title charge going, Marshall? All right.
That's how it's going.
Thank you so much. Ledge and Gona Souls. How are you guys doing?
You know, it's Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year. That's how I'm doing.
Souls, you're muted.
Souls, you're muted. You're
muted, bro.
Oh, yeah. Chelsea are above us, mate. We're all upset. As Arsenal fans are out here crying. I've heard all this gimmick talk coming out. I've heard, the scary sharks are out. You know what? It's just what we do, innit? It's just what we do. We'll get into it properly.
Can we start? I want to start a little bit with Arsenal. I don't know if we start with Chelsea or Arsenal, to be honest with you.
The team top of the league, bro, of course.
You're avoiding.
It's only right. It's only right.
It's standard, man. It's standard practice. If we're doing that, it's going to be every week.
Why? Don't be sad, Ahmed. As you are on the same points as title contenders Chelsea.
You know, good thing that
Ahmed, they are title contenders and you're on the same points as them. Same points. They are in a title race and you are.
People telling you that we're in a title race, or is like, what is this gimmick you're running?
I'm gonna tell you what is this gimmick.
Yeah.
This is the video that is circulating around with Lewis saying that this team can go the distance in the title race. This team can do this, and everyone around him. You know what? Don't worry about it. It's right here.
Okay.
Did I delete it? I don't know if I deleted it or not. It's right there. The league is robbed out. The team. Look at this. Look at this. This is what we're talking about. But we're not going to start with Chelsea. But that's the video that everyone is talking about.
No, we might as well just start with Chelsea. It's fine.
You know, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. You know what? Chelsea today.
I'm sick to death of having to explain why Chelsea are good. We're second in the table. We bought PSG off the park. We bought Barcelona off the park. It's time to acknowledge that this ain't the same Chelsea from the banter era. This is a better Chelsea squad that will turn up for anybody that steps up.
You know what the problem is, Ed? It's not what Lewis said. So Lewis can go on Chelsea Fan TV and back his team. It's the people around him. That, yeah. That is the problem. That is the problem.
Don't do that.
And I'm just going to say something. You know what? It's the, you know what? Sometimes, you get happy about a team win or something like this and you can talk. My problem with Chelsea is I keep asking the question. The recruitment was not right.
Yeah.
People called it out, but they said that the team is good enough to be up there. If Aston Villa can be up there, why aren't Chelsea up there? Why aren't they? Why is stopping Chelsea from being up there? And don't tell me inconsistencies, because a lot of Chelsea fans said it's not only about being good. By the way, being good means you have to be consistent. You know what? You can be the best player in the world on your day. But I said that plenty of times, I would rather have a steady Eddie that gives me a 7 out of 10 for 38 games than a player that will give me a 10 out of 10 for a game and actually give me a 5 or a 4 for 3-4 games. Because I know what to expect, which is what people spoke about, which is, for example, I'm going to give you Declan Rice is an 8 out of 10 every game. Every game. Declan Rice is an 8 out of 10. Every game. Right? Doesn't flop. Doesn't have a stinker. You know, Caicedo might give you a 10 out of 10, a banger, scores a banger. You know what I mean? Here and there, does this. Enzo Fernandez might score a banger, but they're not consistent. Part of being good is being consistent.
That's not true.
Well,
Not
that's
as consistent as Declan Rice. Not as consistent as Declan Rice.
Yeah, but
Declan Rice having a very good season. So is Caicedo. Enzo, that's another conversation we can have to the side.
Caicedo's not having a good season.
He is having a good season.
He's
What
not.
he's let himself down with recently, today he actually wasn't good.
Exactly. But
he wasn't good,
it's
right?
a big sample size.
But just to that,
Recently, the big sample size.
sometimes there's always like a performance bias, sorry, a results bias, where if Rice plays a 6 out of 10, which is okay, but not great, but Arsenal still win 1-0 because of an own goal from a set piece, they're like, oh, Rice was great and he's been in great form. But if Caicedo plays a 7, 8 out of 10, but Chelsea lose or draw, then they're going to be like, oh, he was playing bad because the whole team lost, right? So, again, I don't like that. But, again, I don't want to divert away from the point of the main issue of what you were talking about, right? Chelsea, in terms of our standards, we should be, you know, near and around the title race. And there is no excuse for being 10 points behind Villa, who, we cut it down to 9 points. It's 9 points now. Amazing stuff. We are 9 points behind Villa, who had an awful freaking window. Again, people say that the manager, he needs to go. They didn't score in their first 5 games. So, like, just all this
Yeah,
stuff.
they didn't score a goal in the first 5 games. Actually.
Yeah,
They didn't score a goal in the first 5 games.
Yeah, and then after they beat us at the bridge, they made a 16-point swing on us. So that 16-point swing should not be happening with Villa, right?
What the fuck? 16-point swing?
Yeah, over the season already, I'm halfway through, which is crazy. So all in
I
all,
didn't know that. You're the first one to tell us 16-point swing in 18 games. Bro, it's fucking mad.
Yeah, it's mad. We had a pretty decent start and then we've fallen off. But listen, all in all, Chelsea were in a situation last season where you could deem it as a banter season, crisis, whatever, but we ended up pulling out the bag late, got top 4, won the Conference League, which, again, it's the Conference League, who really cares? But then we won the Club World Cup. And even if you want to, you know, denounce the merits of the Club World Cup, how Chelsea entered it, whatever, we beat some decent teams to get to the final, and then we beat the best team in the world. But again, the only reason why I mentioned that, right?
Can I tell you something about that?
I have to land this point, right? Because, again, I only bring that up to say, I said in the summer, every time I spoke to you on all channels, that listen, logically, Chelsea shouldn't be winning the league, right? Because again, I looked at our window. As much as we spent big money that should put you in a position to win the league. I'm sorry, everybody here knows if you spend 100 million on Gittins and Garnacho, that doesn't take you forward. For me, that's not noticeably better than Sancho and Mudryk. It just isn't. And again, we didn't address centre back, which our manager wanted, and another list of reasons why I felt like Chelsea weren't ready. That being said, fans like myself felt like, you know what, maybe we could do it. Because again, we won the Club World Cup. Nobody expected that. Maybe we can go and prove that we can be consistent and do things that the likes of City have done, Liverpool have done. Arsenal, despite not winning anything, have actually done, though, which is be consistent. Play 3 games a week in the Champions League and actually put up a decent title, a decent points to win the league. Because the highest we've got recently is maybe like high 60s. You know, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, they've been regularly.
You know, you are on course to 60.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're on course to do the same thing.
You are on course to do 60 points only this season.
Yeah, which is not acceptable.
That's how crazy that is, right?
Yeah, that's the reality. And I've been saying it for quite a long time now that, like, I thought we could be maybe in a title race. I didn't think we were going to win the league. I thought we could be, like, close. But now it's it's a top 4, top 5 battle for sure. For sure.
You're battling Man United, who should have won today, to be honest. You know why you're 5th? Because the rest of the league is shit. It's not because you deserve to be 5th.
No, but that's always been the battle for top 5, top 4. It's just who's the least shit out of the shit teams. But again, with us, my confidence still comes from the fact that, of course, we've only had our best player, Palmer, fit for a small portion of the season.
Literally just
that's our best centre-back back. And hopefully we do something in the January window, because, again, it's clear that if you have 3 guys which have done, we need to somehow change it, because, again, the left wing situation is dead. All the midfield injuries that we have is not great for depth. And of course, we're still missing centre backs. Again, the fact that we're relying on guys like Tosin, Badiashile every other game because Fofana can't stay fit. That's not good enough.
But today you played Fofana and Badi.
Yeah, Fofana's been fit for a good portion of the season.
Fofana and Chalobah today. You know, Bournemouth should have scored about 3-4 goals in the first half.
Yeah,
at least.
Our defending from long throws is embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like you can't
long throws.
2 long throws in a
David
game.
Brooks had a glorious chance on his right foot on the counter attack. That should have been the 3rd goal for them.
Yeah.
Like Evan Nelson had a 1-on-1 and he hits it wrong.
Last thing I'll say, because there's another Chelsea fan on the panel here. Last thing I'll say is the reason why there's always this up and down with Chelsea, or can we maybe be a title challenging team, or are we going to be in a top 5 battle, is because we've shown against the big teams, whether it's Arsenal, whether it's Liverpool, whether it's PSG, we competed well and battered some of those teams. But then we'll go and do stuff like this, or Leeds away, or Bournemouth away, or, you know, all kinds of crazy things that we've done. So it's just Chelsea. We're up and down. It's great that we can win a trophy every now and then while being down bad, but this is down bad in the league.
It doesn't matter. The trophies you win, okay, apart from the Champions League, they don't matter. The Club World Cup, and they don't matter in the big scheme of things. They don't matter.
You can say it doesn't matter, but it's better winning something than winning nothing.
100% is better than winning nothing. But if you're asking me, would I rather be second or win the Club World Cup and the Conference League or the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, I would rather be competitive in the league and the Champions League rather than winning these cups. Because basically, as you know the drill, you can be at Crystal Palace, you can be at Ten Hag Man United, and you go backwards and everything is getting worse and worse and worse. Or you can be competitive and at least have a shot in competing. You know what? You have a shot in competing in the Olympics. You might not win the race, but you are having a shot of competing for the gold medal in the Olympics, or you can win the regionals. Every now and then you can win the regionals and not even qualify for the Olympics. And you can say, I am on the podium in my regionals. I'm right here. I'm winning my regionals. I'm winning my my state. I'm a state champion.
Yeah, state
but
champion.
the other guy is going to compete in the Olympics with Usain Bolt. And you are winning the state champions.
Listen,
and that's what I mean. And I said, me and you spoke about this. Unless Chelsea go and improve in the league form while winning the cups, that means you're better, 100%. But if you regress in terms of the grand scheme of things and you win a cup here and there, that's regression because it doesn't lead you anywhere. It doesn't lead you anywhere.
Just papers over the cracks.
And the way to get better is to just improve personnel.
Exactly what it is, Marshall.
Listen, the way to get better is to improve personnel. As much as the manager is making some mistakes, ultimately, I saw that this squad isn't good enough. Like, it's not, again, we're not investing in the areas that I would like us to invest in with proper experience or just quality of player. We're not doing that. And yeah, like I said,
that's your whole ethos.
Yeah, so again, my point is when that changes, then I feel like
it's not going to change until you ask the owners or you ask the hierarchy to actually change it. That is their model. They want to get young, they want to build them up, get the profits, sell them, flip them. That's all they're doing. They're not here to win.
At some point, so if I say those 27, you're not going to still be buying 18-year-olds or 19-year-olds. I'm not trying to get guys. By the way,
I'm going to tell you something. Palmer and Caicedo will leave the club. I'm just going to tell you that.
If it stays like this, but logically, right, you have to think about it. Are they going to continue just to be buying kids? Eventually, you're going to have to make that step because Arsenal made that step. Arsenal were buying young, and then eventually, okay.
But we won't.
They're going to leave, guys. Palmer is going to leave.
The thing is, like,
totally different, bro.
Okay, if it goes 2 more years of this, then yeah. But I don't think
2 more years.
Yeah.
No. The thing with Chelsea.
Let's hear what Marshall said.
The thing with
Can I
Chelsea.
just ask one question? Wait, you had the opportunity to battle City for Antoine Semenyo, and as soon as you did, you pulled out. Your board pulled out of the deal.
Yeah,
you weren't going to go there, bro.
The thing is, if you'll allow me, Chelsea fans need to accept that as long as Egbali is the majority owner of this football club, he will run it like an investment portfolio. Right now, we have solutions for the future, but we don't have solutions for now. Like, we have a left wing situation right now where it's completely dross, but the solution is Nkenda, who we signed 2 seasons ago. The model in which they want to do it is they want to set up a pipeline to find solutions that you need now for later. Like, it's just unfortunate how it is. And and Souls, I'll tell you this. I'll tell everyone in the panel this. I've been telling this to a lot of fans now. If Chelsea do win the league, it'll be by an accident. It'll be by an accident where we just happen to recruit the right players happen to step up, and the right players down the pipeline happen to be the right players. Because let's be honest, in terms of the recruitment, we have found some good, talented players. There is the Cole Palmers, there is the Estevals, Malo Gusto, there's Malo Gusto when he was in good form, but Caicedo and Enzo. Like, there has been some good recruitment. But a lot of the recruitment that we've had at this club has been absolutely shit. Now, obviously, after the Club World Cup, after seeing what my team can do against the best of the best, after seeing the run of form that we ended up going on from March up until August, I had chest for my team. I had chest to believe that, okay, if we could sustain something here, the players might not be good enough. But if the manager can keep doing what he's doing, which is having these tactical masterclasses against the best teams and setting up our team to be in winning positions, then cool. That I think we can do something. And I had chest for it in the beginning of the season. But Listen, this December period, I've always said it. I said it last season too, when everyone was saying in the title race, December is always going to be the period in Chelsea's curse where it's always going to test us. And this December period, listen, 1 win in 6, I'm going to be defeated. I'm sorry. Like, I'm playing the violins because this is rough. This is tough. Like, I hate seeing my team go through this. And what sucks even more is that even if the manager were to improve, let's just say, the decisions he's making on the pitch and stuff, I think that'll only account for 10% improvement on the results. I don't think it's enough of an improvement to make those draws into wins and those losses into draws. Why? Because you look at the quality. Today, I just saw Garnacho not beat a man on a dribble at all today. I just saw Enzo Fernandez have a decent first half and then a much worse second half. Yeah, I saw Malo Gusto getting cooked at left back today. And not Maresca's fault. I understand Cucurella's not there and Hato is injured. But, like, it's the quality. And to Mo's point earlier about the goals, like, we were going to concede and all that. That's fun in games and all that stuff. And we could have conceded more, but we didn't. But what we did concede were very, very stupid goals from set pieces that, again, poor defending. If you don't make those mistakes defensively, you win this game 2-0. 2-1 if you want to give Bournemouth that 1 goal on the breakaway. So we're conceding these leads because I think part of it because of mentality, part of it because of maybe lack of that one extra player with experience that maybe would be enough to put us over the edge. And I think a lot of it has to do with just
also the quality. Are we going to talk about the quality in the Chelsea team?
Shit. And the recruitment. Like, I thought João Pedro was a good signing.
Enzo Fernandez, with all due respect, Enzo Fernandez, I'm going to say a couple of things about the game. So I want to talk about the game a little bit. I want to talk about the game itself instead of the general picture. I saw today a young player in Estevao have the courage to go and dribble, and I thought he was the bright spot, right, in the team. However, I saw again Enzo Fernandez go back to the Enzo Fernandez that Chelsea signed, a passenger in the defensive phase of the game. Every single player that Bournemouth had can just get past him with ease. With ease. You just get the ball past. The guy is so stiff defensively. He might be good in passing and everything. Caicedo again today is being on an island defensively by himself. Tavernier, what's his name? The Kluivert kid, right? Justin Kluivert. And the other guy, number 8, they were literally, it was Caicedo versus these guys defensively. Every time they had the ball, Caicedo's trying to cover 3 guys in the middle. Why? Because Enzo Fernandez is a passenger and Cole Palmer is a passenger defensively. Enzo Fernandez is so slow defensively that he's basically a man down when you're defending, unless he's already in a position in the back line. Correct? Achimpong, rash. By the way, Fofana today, this guy, with all due respect, have 0 football IQ. Chalobah, Malo Gusto, and Achimpong holding the line up. He's 10 yards behind him 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row, he's holding the offside line wrong, as he's not watching. And he's not the last man. The last man is the right back or the left back that actually go up. Everyone went up. He didn't go up. That's what the one that Ivan Nelson had. The other one that Semenyo had, the long ball that is played. And Fofana was 10 yards behind the back line. Again, a long ball that he had to battle Semenyo for. The guy is the quality for Chelsea sometimes is like, what is going on? How is the quality that bad? Garnacho, I'm not gonna speak.
We don't need to speak about
it. I'm not gonna speak. Liam Delap. I like Liam Delap, right? You bought a box striker. Why is your manager asking your box striker to receive the ball outside the 18, turn and link up play and make 1-2s? He's not that guy.
Liam Delap is not good. Mo, Liam Delap is not good.
No,
please.
I'm going to tell you. I watch Liam Delap. Okay, I know we're going to come to Eucharist later. I watch Liam Delap. The guy's a box striker. He's been asked to play the link up play. Why? Why is he a link up play guy? Why is he asked to hold the ball, turn Senesi, and try to link up the... He's not good at it. He's not good at it. And then it keeps happening and happening. It's happening. They tell him to run that channel, right? I saw in this game tactical. Number 1, Maresca tactically didn't do the game well. And the player didn't execute the game well. Malo Gusto again, popping in the same area as Cole Palmer. Why? Why is Cole Palmer receive the ball? He looks, there's 2 yards away from him. There is Malo Gusto. Why is that? What does that benefit Cole Palmer from other than inviting people around? By the way, stop me if I said something wrong about the game, because I was watching the game because it started 45 minutes before Arsenal. So I actually was watching the game in depth and I was taking notes. This is the build-up completely wrong. It goes to Caicedo, it goes to Palmer. There's too many players around Palmer. He's never isolated to work. Right? He's never isolated to work. Enzo Maresca today didn't have a good game. Iraola had a better game than him. On the ball and defensively, he was better than him. By the way, he was just wrong. And the quality, Enzo Fernandez. Yes, he scored. By the way, I'm going to say this. The goal he scored is because he had a bad touch. And the guy literally went on. Like his first touch was far from him. And the guy was going to close the ball. Brilliant finish, though. Fantastic finish from Enzo Fernandez. But other than this, I think he was a burden on the team defensively. Burden on the team defensively. And why isn't Reece James playing?
You just played
because he's not.
So so obviously we're rotating him just to again rotate certain players. So he played 45 today, which I don't mind as a tactical decision, just to make sure that he's fit. Because now he's going to have to play midfield because Caicedo's suspended, and yeah, that's not ideal going to the Etihad. But again, that's his own situation, right? With this game, let's talk about players, right? And I will big up Esteban because again, quality performance, and again, it's a shocking indictment on the team that we're going into the last part of the game. Obviously, we take off Palmer for again fitness reasons. And we're literally depending it all on this kid, which I think he's good enough to take the mantle and be a main player, but he shouldn't be the only one that I'm seeing any quality from in the last 25 minutes of the game. Why is it not Liam Delap, who's, again, Premier League experience? And more time looking like a rugby player, bro. It's embarrassing some of the things I'm seeing him do on the football pitch. Then you have these wingers, right? Number 7 and number 49, right? I won't even say their names anymore because they pissed me off that much this season, right? In 90 minutes combined, they completed 0 dribbles. Gittins, who I don't really rate too much either, in 1 minute completed 1 dribble, more than both of these guys combined. But the only good thing about today was obviously Esteban's performance and the fact that I only got to see 90 minutes of number 7 and number 49 combined. Because usually it's 180 minutes of straight cheeks, bro. But listen, man, Enzo, as a £100 million player, which again, Caicedo, Rice, these guys fall into a bracket and they get judged, like they get scrutinized heavily. I think for Enzo, yes, you're right. Defensively, there's some lapses, but I would be forgiving of some of those lapses if in the final pad I got proper, top quality. Because again, you're meant to be known as a top passer in terms of chances created. You're always high up there with the top players in the league, in Europe even. Especially last season, he was in the top
I saw him pass the ball straight to the opposition as well today. Did you see that shit?
Yeah, no, I've been seeing it
crazy, bro.
Season.
How are you looking a player in the eye and you're passing the ball to the opposition straight?
No, bro. There's a very common misconception of Enzo Fernandez. His passing when he's stationary is very good. In transition, he's so poor. Like you look at somebody like KDB, who in transition was the best sort of player elite at like sprinting and then playing a perfectly weighted through ball. Enzo can't do that to save his life, bro. It's so bad. And listen, that I can accept.
It was shocking.
Just be clinical, be decisive for me. And listen, he scored the first goal, good finish. But again, the chance in the second half, we had our biggest chance, and you get a chance to take a touchdown, 3-4 yards of space in the box, maybe 9 yards from goal, and you finesse it like 2 yards over the bar. Like how? That's unforgivable. Just like the miss the other week against Everton, where again another huge chance, and was Everton the last game that we dropped points in. Can I
ask you?
But either way, the point is Enzo is just not decisive enough in winning us games.
Can I ask you guys something?
And
I'm going to say something. Chelsea at home, we cannot be sitting here talking about Bournemouth, who are in a terrible form, bottom half of the table, having more XG, more big chances created in a football match at Stamford Bridge. That is unacceptable.
I think as much as unacceptable. The game, we have these lapses where it's red cards or it's bozo moments or it's giving chances away that are so criminal at this elite level because it's the Premier League and we're conceding like Sunday league goals. So there's no excuse. There's nothing to defend it. No, I'm not going to defend these players. Like again, it's embarrassing.
I'm not sure.
It is what it is.
Chelsea are being. To be honest with you guys, Chelsea are becoming irrelevant to the league.
Well, that's a lie. Now you're doing too much.
I'm going to tell you why I mean by irrelevant to the league. Let me explain to you what I mean by this. And I said that about other teams as well. I said that other team. Being irrelevant in the league is like, I know that Chelsea might make top 5. I know. You have good players like Cole Palmer that will shine. But you aren't challenging, nor you are being down there. You are just there. There is nothing to analyze. You guys don't know what he's talking about. You guys analyze the games. You guys analyze the game, and we analyze the games. But it's either you need to progress so we can analyze the progression, or you regress massively. Chelsea are being, as Marshall said, it's an investment. It's an investment firm running the club. You get Madueke, you sell Madueke. You're gonna get Garnacho, you're gonna sell Garnacho, and then you're gonna get the next guy, and you're gonna sell him again, and you're gonna get this guy, and then it's gonna look like this. You need to improve.
Mo. Let me touch on this Chelsea. Let me touch on this Chelsea thing quickly. Just I'll be brief because I don't want to repeat everything everyone's been saying, right? But for me, with Chelsea, I think Chelsea fans need to adjust their expectations. At the start of the season, maybe, you could have said, you might want to go for the league. But, we're 19 games into the season now, and the proof's in the pudding. You guys are, stop, start. It's like, you get the ball rolling and then you start losing games. Now you can't win a game in December. So I feel like the expectations of Chelsea fans just need to take it down a notch and understand it's a top 5 race for them. It's not really a title thing. Maybe like my friend said, what do you call it? In 2 seasons, they might be able to challenge. Let's give Maresca 2 more seasons, and you never know, he might change it around. If you look at the way Arteta has ran Arsenal, right? If you give him some time. But that being said, I just feel like Chelsea fans need to just take a pause on the speed that they're going, because it's evident. Like everyone has said on the panel, look at the recruitment. The recruitment is not there. You guys are buying Gittins, selling Madueke. It's not working. It's not working. And in regards to the defense, there's no reinforcements for the defense. You guys have Fofana that's injury prone. What Arsenal did is got out their injury prone players. Players like Tomiyasu. We just released him.
We've not found a single centre back under Maresca, by the way. Like not one.
Then maybe it's a defense that
not
he
one we
needs
can
to
use
invest
now.
in.
Yeah.
Maybe it is, but look, with your owners, they're not gonna go and be like, oh, let's get the best defenders. It's gonna be a transaction.
I'm gonna keep pre-ordering players, but we might get somebody good for like 2028, but I don't care about that.
Exactly.
So
it's
that's
all
my
an investment. Because right now, I can tell you right now, before we even get into the next season, Tosin and Badiashile are out the door. Mamadou Sarr from Strasbourg and Aaron Enselmina are in. But that was a transfer we made last season. You see, and Quenda, maybe Neto leaves in the summer. I don't know. Maybe Garnacho gets flipped. I don't know what's going to happen with the winger situation. But there needs to be space for Kenda. They're saying he's going to get starting minutes and all that stuff. That's a transfer we made last season. Like again, we're making transfers from the futures to solve problems that we have now. Why can't we just make transfers now to solve problems we have now? And this idea of January, like, forget it. Nothing's going to happen in January. This investment firm looks at statistically how likely is it that we can get the best deals and improve on the team in January. Oh, very unlikely. Okay, then I'm not going to bother. Skip to summer. It's how they run it. And listen, I don't want to sound like a broken record. Today's game, I think we don't have those bozo mistakes. We win, and maybe we start turning things around. This is obviously the poorest Chelsea have been this season. I can only hope that we do what Chelsea do, which is start to pick up towards the end of the season, which we've done for the last 5 seasons, barring Potter, and just finish strongly in top 4. Maybe we could do something in the Carabao Cup against Arsenal. You know how this team is in terms of the big games. Mm-hmm. Maybe we can do something in the FA Cup. UCL, I'm still pretty hopeful. But in terms of the league, it's a wrap for me. I don't have hopes for this.
And that, just to add to that point quickly, again, we're relevant in terms of winning the league, which is fair enough. Again, I think I've known that for a couple of months now. I think it's been quite clear, right? But again, what makes Chelsea, which is why it gives fans maybe a belief that maybe something might change. Is we even when we're down bad, it looks like it. We can still go and win something major. So let's see, man. And again, I'm not going to kind of cry about like a major cup, but if we beat Arsenal over 2 legs and then beat City, that's a pretty good achievement. So we'll see.
You beat Arsenal where?
If we beat Arsenal over 2 legs and then beat City or Newcastle in the final, that's something impressive.
I don't think it is.
It's impressive. It wouldn't be impressive to beat those 2 teams and then win a trophy.
I don't think it is.
But that is something.
I am very consistent about this. If Chelsea battle for 5th at the end of the season, and you might get 5th at the end of the season, but it's a battle, like game week 36, we are sitting here analyzing, can Chelsea get it? They must win this, must win that. You know what I mean? And you win the Carabao Cup ads, you are a Newcastle, with all due respect. And Chelsea should be much bigger than Newcastle. You are
You would think
Chelsea
after 1.5
Football
million
Club are
spent.
two times Champions League winners, are two times Europa League winners. Chelsea are arguably the most or the second most successful team in the last 20 years. We're talking about Champions League finals, Champions League semi-finals, Champions League winners twice. We're talking about challenging for the league. We aren't going to sit here and say, well, we got top 5 in game week 37, but listen, we won the Carabao Cup, so we're going to go and get mad at Sar and whatever the guy's name is,
And
they're coming to our club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ads.
That still wouldn't be
Chelsea-
enough for me to be happy. I get that. That's fine. I'm just talking about the quality of
I
players
think you
that
should.
we have.
I think you should be frustrated.
Where we are, this
It's
of course
my
I'm
club.
frustrated. And what frustrates me more is the transfer strategy and if it's going to change, because again, we've seen
100%.
links to maybe if it's going to change with Oshiman. They seemed eager about that, but that one fell through. At least it would have been a nice change to what we've been doing, but again, that one fell through. So again, Magnon links as well. So I'm saying it might change. It also might not. That we don't know. None of us are.
Wallahi, the people that say I'm a hypocrite, I swear to God, Inter won the cup, the Super Cup, the Super Cup. We reached a Champions League final, but we didn't win the league. And I said Inzaghi failed because he had a good squad. I'm not asking Chelsea to win the league. All I was asking is, if Aston Villa can be 6 points behind Arsenal, Chelsea should be able to do this. It's as simple as this.
No, everybody agrees with you there. No, they're calling you a flip-flop because apparently you were on the Chelsea hype train recently and now you jumped.
I was.
Okay.
And I think they have very good
Yeah,
players.
don't blame me, bro.
You said it as if
I'm
we were all
gonna tell you. But I said, hear me out.
Okay.
Just to clarify this Chelsea train thing,
Mhm.
I rank the Chelsea window, me and Hussam, 2 out of 10, guys.
Yeah.
I said that Chelsea will challenge for the league until the window shut. I said Chelsea are not going to be in the race. I'll give them 0
based on
chance
what,
in the game.
But when you said when
Say
you
that
said they're
again.
going to challenge, when you said they're going to challenge,
I'm going to tell you. So
Based on
Chelsea,
what?
before signing Garnacho and before signing Gittins, they were actually linked with very good players on names-wise that time. Chelsea,
Very true.
number one, Chelsea, okay, names-wise, Chelsea were linked to the hot properties in the summer. Number one,
Yeah, like
Chelsea
who?
spoke about
Yeah.
Chelsea spoke about Gehi in the beginning of the summer, and then he said, I want to go to Liverpool. So
Okay.
I thought that if they go next, they're going to go sign another centre back on the same level, because if you miss out on your first target in Gehi, right, you're going to go to the second. They were
Second, yeah.
about to sign, hold on. They actually spoke about Hincapié, actually, Chelsea, before they go to Hato. Chelsea, early in the summer, Chelsea actually were the first club to be linked to Hincapié before Hato. And then they moved away from it. Chelsea were linked to Eucharist. At that time, Eucharist was a 99-goal striker. We can sit here in hindsight and say Eucharist failed or not failed. But at that time, Eucharist was a 27-years-old striker that played Champions League, that had 99 goals. These are the players. I remember the left wing, Chelsea started talking about Rodrigo, and then it died, right? And then after Rodrigo, let me give you the names, because we can talk in hindsight now, right? Chelsea said, after Rodrigo, we're going to talk to Xavi Simons. And Xavi Simons kept waiting for Chelsea. We can talk today that Xavi Simons is a failure, right? That is different. But at that time, Xavi Simons was a hot property. Everyone wanted Xavi Simons, right?
Not really.
You know what I mean?
Lopez, but yeah, I hear what
And then
And for me, Lopez
after this,
another one.
Ahmed,
Yep.
there was 2 weeks talking
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the number 10 starter of Barcelona,
I'll
Fermin
be real.
Lopez.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
I'll be
Ahmed,
real, bro.
I get the point. So I said, okay, if Chelsea go on and get these experienced players and the recruitment change and they get Mike Magnan and they get a centre back like Gehi, okay, the squad is good enough to challenge, right? To at least challenge, not win the league, but
Even
do what
if-
Villa are doing now. And it's not far-fetched because
But the thing
fucking
is, yeah,
Villa
like-
are doing it.
Yeah, but the thing is, yeah, like even bro, you can give them Gabriel, you can give them Saliba, and you can give them Van Dijk. Yeah, they're still going to have cracks in that team, regardless, and even if they improve on paper. So with Aston Villa, you make the point,
Why?
right?
Why?
Because bro, the way they set up and how they defend as a team and how their midfielders open, yeah, is shocking, bro. Like the coach that they have right now, yeah. I'm not saying he's awful, yeah, but he's not going to be the guy to even if you do give him the tools, right? Even if you give him every single position that he wants, he's not going to take Chelsea to the next level. If you look at how they played last season in the Premier League, which they scraped top 4, and if you look at the full sample size, right? Because I don't like to do this, or you base your analysis just because you beat PSG in a one-off game, right? Based on the Premier League last year with Chelsea, in 2025, their football was horrid. It wasn't good. They only scraped top 4 because of, like, obviously Palmer and then a few players. Listen, they're going to have the players in it to do something, right? but on a consistent basis and how they want to perform and elevate to the next level, Maresca is not going to be the guy. And people can say coach narrative. Coach is everything. Look at Villa. You think Villa will be where they are if they didn't have Unai Emery? Cool, they lost 4-1 to Arsenal, but that's just one game. If you look at the whole thing, the way how Aston Villa were under Unai Emery, not too long ago they were with Steven Gerrard and they were in the trenches with Steven Gerrard. Having a good coach and having a good manager is everything. People say, "Oh, not every time is the coach." Yeah, it is. It is about the coach.
But bro, sorry, just quick question there. But if the club is then recruiting players that the coach didn't ask for at any point, and they're just telling him go and do the job,
you make it work and you adapt.
Okay, right.
Adapt with getting Zhang and
no,
you can only do so much adapting, Ahmed. I agree with you, but you can only do so much. And on top of that, like I get what you're saying. But there's also context to a lot of it, right? The first half of the season was getting rid of this Pochettino residue that was on the team and adapting the system or the players to the system that Enzo Maresca wants to play, which is where you have that rough patch in the middle of the season, and then things turned around towards the end. And let's not even pretend that it stopped at the end of the season. Chelsea then go on to win the Conference League. Say what you want about it. People were saying we were going to lose against Betis. We didn't. Then we go on to win the Club World Cup, which no one expected us to win, and Maresca did a good job on that. And then the beginning of the season wasn't terrible. I mean, we had a great November where we get a draw against Arsenal. We end up beating Liverpool. We end up beating Spurs. We end up getting all these great results, Barcelona and all that stuff. So on his day, Maresca is a brilliant tactician. It's just at this point, you look at, again, the stat that you want to look at is how many leads Chelsea have lost. How many games Chelsea have not won with them having the lead. And it's incredible. Also, it's incredible.
You mentioned being a good coach, bro. There's so many coaches out there there are so many coaches out there that are top coaches, right? But it also comes down to how good are you as a manager as well. How can you manage the game, the substitutions, managing the characteristics of the players, playing to their strengths, all of it, bro. Like I'll mention Cole Palmer, for instance. Yeah, he's a quality player, but he's regressed under your manager. He has regressed, in my opinion. You talk about your two centre backs. Yeah, cool. Your two centre backs on levels, right? But if a manager needs every single position to be top class, then that means that logically speaking, that his system isn't as good. Like, because put Gabriel and Saliba in this team, you improve, but do you do a title charge with them two players?
Yeah, again, we still lack goals, but again, bro, like with Fofana and Chalobah starting games together, they got like 6 clean sheets in like 8 games, bro, and that's those two with Sanchez behind them. Yeah, we have quality fullbacks, fair enough, but with those two, most managers aren't getting those guys to get 6 clean sheets in 8 games. So again, that's not even bringing up the centre backs. That's me saying that the manager has done pretty good with them. And we can all admit we don't rate those centre backs to a high level. So if you gave him top quality centre backs, which he was begging for in the summer, that's a significant change.
Yeah, and I think the way Maresca wants to play too, he does want to be defensively sound. You know, he likes to attack, but he also likes being defensively sound. He likes having a good balance. And it's like what Ads was saying. Like, it's a good point. Like, I don't think many managers out there can get a tune out of Chalobah to the point where they can get 6 clean sheets with Fofana. Levi Cole was such a big part of how he played and playing out the back. And you have someone like Badiashile who can't stay fit. And then when he plays, he's subpar. His best game this season was Liverpool. He hasn't had a good game since. You have Tosin, who every single game that he's played in, we concede more than 2 goals. Like, it's just ridiculous. And then
I want to, go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, I'm sure.
I want to say, are we, okay, I want to ask another question before I move on. Are Man United moving in a better direction than Chelsea?
No, we're not doing that. I hate that rhetoric. Listen,
can we talk about that?
Level on points of
why are Man United moving in a better direction than Chelsea?
But doesn't mean that we're having the same or similar seasons, right? Let's not do that. This is a team that's playing 1 game a week. I've been not qualified for any European trophy at all.
Okay,
we're not in the first round of the League Cup, Grimsby, which means that they're gonna maybe play 40-something games. We
hear you.
5 in 2025 alone, bro. So it's different.
I hear you.
Okay, and I don't.
But Man United have a better team than Chelsea.
Better attackers, but not a better team. No, their midfielders.
Yeah,
better defense. They have better defense than you with Mazraoui, De Ligt.
We've got better. We've got better centre backs. And we've got better attack. Yeah,
you got better centre backs,
and we've got a better goalkeeper too.
I like Sanchez though. I
think that's up for debate.
Yeah, you're talking about 2 pieces of shit in it, really.
Yeah, it's
not really. Not really.
Shit.
Well, he's not
One is,
shit.
one is your world champions, but yeah, go ahead. Let's talk about the league. Let's talk about the team top of the table, man. Let's go for it, man.
Let me do the super chats then. Let me do the super chats. Ahmed, do you understand what 2-point Wolves mean?
Is this guy slot out? Because 1 minute Liverpool fans switching it, slot out, slot in, slot out, slot in. Like, it's crazy to me. Weren't they struggling to Wolves as well? They were struggling. So, again, Liverpool fans,
they literally struggled to Wolves at home. Didn't
yeah,
they?
yeah. Again, obviously, my result is embarrassing. I'll firm that. I don't mind.
Way worse than ours, by the way. Way worse than ours.
That's why I'm surprised we opened up with Chelsea.
I don't mind. I don't mind.
Relevant though. But, hey.
Yeah. I don't mind firming it, but the Scousers, bro, these lot are so bipolar, innit? They don't know what they want.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
bro,
an Egyptian.
You know the
Amar is Egyptian, not a Scouser.
Amar
is Egyptian, not a Scouser, bro. But Amar is just consistent.
No. Do you know the worst thing about Liverpool fans is they complain about every fan base, but they're the exact same.
Yeah.
They're so unaware of themselves. They complain Arsenal fans are this, that, and the other. The fan base does the same.
Let's respond to this quickly. You're rewriting history. You didn't pull it out of the bag. You had to go to the last day to scrape it, and Aston Villa choke in the last day. That is for Chelsea getting top 5 last season or getting top 4.
We got 4.
But they admitted that though. They knew this. We're not scraped by.
We didn't.
No, but I'm
going
gonna tell you, it's all about the tone. It's all about the tone. It's all about, but we got top 4. We achieved our thing. Okay, move on. Go to the next level then. I actually think that Chelsea now, and I said it before, apart from Liverpool, who are some of the biggest failures this season because the money they spend, Chelsea are the team that is failing the most now after Liverpool in the league, in my opinion. Nobody else, in my opinion.
No one compares to Liverpool.
It depends how highly you rate Man United, but it's...
What?
It depends how highly
Man United are...
Hold on. You man were world champions.
Man United!
Months ago. The world champions, bro.
Yeah.
Ads.
But again, I look at it differently because I feel like we're still going to win in the season anyway. So
you have world class Caicedo and world class Palmer, and João Pedro is better than everyone.
You have to agree with.
And Fofana. You have Korea, that is the best left back in the league.
I mean,
James,
doesn't that depend also on Arsenal's season? Because if Arsenal don't win the league this season, then you can make the argument that they would be
no.
We're talking about Chelsea right now, bro.
You know what? Actually, you know what I take it back. You know what? Yeah.
No.
Chelsea behind Liverpool so far.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
And United are where they are. I feel like with us, the only thing is like you can somewhat could have predicted this happening given the amount of games that we've had, and then also losing our best attacker, our best centre back, and not reinforcing properly in the team. That's where it's like a bit okay. We messed up ourselves. United have had all their players fit, a lighter schedule, and actually signed better attackers than us. So that's why I look at them as a disappointment. But I get it. Their manager's dead. The midfielders were awful, no balance. So.
It's funny how like when Arsenal talk about injuries, we're not allowed to talk about it. But as soon as it comes to Chelsea, oh yeah, we can talk about our centre back being out, Palmer being out, this player being out, the manager's out. You know, this person's injured as well. The mum's injured. You know, the dad's injured. You know, it's like all these injuries are allowed.
But we didn't invest as well into our squad as you did. You had a great.
We actually qualified for
we got told this as well. We got told we needed to recruit better. This, that, the other. You know, we got told the same thing.
You like to forget that we were involved.
We didn't spend £2 billion to make injuries.
I don't understand
we didn't even have a preseason, to be fair. We had
21
games.
21 days, yeah.
Bro, you played through the preseason. That should be practically your preseason. Like, you didn't.
That's not how it works, bro. You're not going to try tactics in the middle of a tournament in the final against PSG. Sorry to tell you, that's not how preseason works.
Bro. So
you got
now
new players. You got to integrate.
Now you're not top of the league because you didn't try any tactics in preseason.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there's context to it.
That's what I'm saying.
Than all of you guys in this panel.
And what I'm saying is preseason or no preseason, it's not a big deal that you.
All I heard was we're world champs. We're world. I didn't hear we didn't have a preseason. All I heard was we battered PSG.
People said it.
Let's not do this, man. You man are rewriting history.
It just puts into context a lot of stuff too, you know.
You man are rewriting history, you know. It's kind of funny because when it works in your favor, that's when you want to talk about it. Now you're complaining we didn't get a preseason. That's not my problem, isn't it?
Just adding context.
History is literally written by winners, bro. Like you go through the decades, not just the football of any history, bro. It's written by winners, and when you win, you can talk about history and what we actually created and what we did with context.
Oh no, we know we've created history. We've created history as well. Don't worry. You're not talking to nobodies. We know what winning is.
No, but your history is ancient history right now, though.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Because of winning
History
major
is
trophies.
history.
in
Are we being
Your history is a
come
car
on.
park, mate.
Oh,
Like,
come
we can go
on,
into
man.
it.
No,
We're still
man.
the third most
The
successful club in the country. So we
Yeah,
can
but how
talk
many of
about
those
it.
trophies have you seen, though? How many of those major
Bro,
trophies have you seen?
Doesn't matter
okay,
how many
listen,
I've seen or not. The club has done it. It doesn't
We're
read
talking
right
about
just because we
generations. We're
don't.
all in a similar generation now.
cares?
And how many
Who-
I've seen my
cares?
club win every single European trophy. Every single trophy that there is to win, I've seen my club do
Just
it.
because I didn't see the World
many-
War happen doesn't mean it didn't
that's
happen.
nice, bro. That's nice because you're in the 21st century, and in the 21st century, what happens? Billionaires bought clubs, and
Yeah,
then
yeah, so-
when they bought clubs, those
I
clubs
didn't
produce
watch
trophies.
Maradona play
I'm so
football. Does
confused
that mean he's crap now because I didn't get to watch him play? No, he's still a baller.
Yeah.
All right, so take your team from the past and bring it to now and win a title then.
And what are we doing?
I want to talk about now. Let's talk about now.
What
What
are
did we
we
do
doing?
this summer? We won every single
What
trophy
are we
there is to
doing?
win. We completed the set.
What are we doing
Right now we're in bad
What are you
form.
gonna do? Wait, you're gonna win you're gonna walk the lead, yeah? You're gonna win it.
We are winning the league, bro.
Cool. Then let's
All
talk
right,
about it.
cool.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's finish this.
Oh.
A while ago, I sent a super chat saying Chelsea traded this season for the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
Everyone laughed. Imagine that. I don't think so. I don't think Chelsea traded the Club World Cup for this season. I thought that
We'll see at the
actually,
end of the season.
I'm telling you what, I genuinely believe that every Chelsea fan and the manager thought that the squad will actually be able to close the gap between them and Arsenal and City. Not win it, but to be able to close the gap between them. I believe that Chelsea fans, and based on the people I spoke to, will have a chance to pounce on the second place in the league, that they will be able to at least get second, regardless of who wins the league, if it's Liverpool, Man City, or Arsenal. They said that they closed the gap, that now it is time for us to be challenging and be second, and maybe the season after, we push to win the league. That's what everyone thought. I said that Chelsea will finish third or fourth, depending on who falls off. The problem is Liverpool fell off, but Chelsea also fell off. So that's what happened.
Yeah. I mean, really, just to add, the goal was to get like around 75 odd points, right? You're progressing.
Yes,
yes. We're on course for 60. So, like, it's, yeah.
I said that. I said the target for Chelsea, ads, you can vouch for me for this. I said to finish within a single digit difference between them and the league winners.
Yeah.
That's the target. That would be fantastic for Chelsea. Then the season after they can push on. Now, Chelsea are on course to finish 20 to 30 points between them and the league winners. I don't think people understand how crazy this is. Like 20 to 30 points between you and the league winners. It's basically like that means you're miles away from that team, whoever that team is. Yeah, that means you're miles away from that team. Odegaard should be man of the match in my eyes. I believe that Odegaard, but Gabriel had been fantastic, but Odegaard as well been very, very good. Ahmed. Mo, Unai left without shaking Arteta's hand. I know. I've just seen the clip, actually. This is the history of Emery. Good evening. Yeah, bro. This is crazy. Big up Uncle Souls and Baylage. Happy New Year. Come on, you Gunners. Big up, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys for supporting. City FC, unsustainable open play XG, non-creative midfielders. Bozo leading the line. Saka drop off, 15 plus injuries through the season. Backline out, Rice out, doesn't matter. Arsenal, Marchon, haters keep hating. Spot on. By the way, Arsenal won the game without Declan Rice, which is ridiculous. 4-1 against Villa without Declan Rice is nuts, actually. Right? It's actually crazy. I swear to God. No Calafiori as well. It's actually crazy.
Well, apparently we're own goal merchants.
Apparently.
You were till this game. This game was massively impressive. Massively impressive.
These Chelsea men started watching Chelsea in 2004. I don't think so.
If that was the case, then how do I know that we have more European trophies before 2004? Then I won't mention the team. Let's move on. Next super chat.
I don't think so, Mr. MB. And also, even if someone started watching Chelsea in 2004, there's no shame in this.
That's 2 decades of Chelsea. What are we trying to say?
2 decades.
That's the greatest decade.
That's a long time.
Greatest period in the history ever of that football club.
Yeah, I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, you should be, because you were bought by billionaires and multiple, consortiums and sold after, and now investment pieces. But let's see how it goes.
We'll see.
Stocks,
Right now,
baby.
we're still under this ownership, still more successful than you, but you know.
I mean,
I know that Ahmed
how would
wants
that be if we have 5 FA? How would that be if we have 5
You're
FA
counting
Cups?
community shields. You're counting community shields, really?
What 5 FA Cups under the same ownership? What's going on here?
No, I said under this ownership that Chelsea have in the last 4 years, you've only won one. Actually, no, you haven't even won an FA Cup in this 4 years.
So you're just basing it over the last 4 years or 3
That's what he
years,
said.
whenever they.
We're still more successful than you guys.
Okay,
More
cool.
trophies
But
than
my
you guys.
ownership, which I don't like, and I want them out. I've won more trophies than you, but more successful.
You know what? Fair enough.
What do you got to show for it?
I'll give you that. You can have that. You can have that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I know, Ahmed, you gotta go to Saeed. I know. Can I ask you something before I go to Arsenal, Ahmed, about United quickly?
Yeah, of course.
Do you think still the problem is Ruben Amorim and the team is good enough?
I think the team is good enough to at least get top 4, right? That's the bare minimum, in my opinion. And I do believe that the manager is holding this team back massively because he's a very defensive-minded coach. He doesn't really take risks. If you look at the performance against Wolves, in the build-up, who was very lethargic, very slow build-up. You know what? I have to give a shout-out to Wolves. They actually created some good opportunities. They were playing better football. If it wasn't for the goalkeeper tonight, we could have easily conceded 2 or 3 goals. The reason why I'm very critical on this manager is because he's been here for a whole year. He played a back 4 against Newcastle in the first half. First half, that was probably one of our better, probably the best football we played under Ruben Amorim.
Yeah, that was a good game.
That was a good game. So you can see that the team that we have is suited to a back 4, and the players play much better. We were able to nullify Newcastle's threat. We even dominated their midfield with Bruno Gomes and Tonali. Ugarte played in that team, and Casemiro was playing right. So in the second half, he subs off Casemiro against Newcastle, and then we invite more pressure, and then we just about escape murder, right? Against Wolves, he reverted back to his back 3 formation for no reason. Xerxes scored a goal. He came off, which was a bit strange. I don't understand why, because he's the only guy that was helping the team connect, find the passes, be good in possession. And then the second half, right, all I saw was it was even worse. The second half performance was even worse than the first half, which is surprising to me. How are you drawing to Wolves? They've not collected a point since October. I've checked their fixtures, And I will talk about Sesko, right? Because he's
they lost 12 games in a row, actually.
Exactly, bro. They were losing a lot of games, and we allowed them to get a point, and we could have easily allowed them to get a point. This is a fixture where you should be slapping them 5-0. No excuses whatsoever. You've got the firepower in there to actually do something, right? And then with Benjamin Sesko, he costs about 70 million. You know me, innit, Mo? I'm very specific with my type of players and who I like. I really want Sesko to do well, but I'm not sold on this guy. I didn't really want him. I really didn't want him. So when people are making compilations of how high he can jump, this isn't the long jumping. It's football. Yeah. I don't care about how high you can jump. I've seen this guy. You know what's mad? People say to me, "Oh, but we don't cross the ball to him." We crossed the ball to him, and every single header was either off target or straight at the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he hit the post. Don't lie.
Yeah, but he hit the post, and then there were other headers that were straight at the goalkeeper. So again, I don't want to hear any excuse about.
Okay, but Wolves aren't as bad as people. I know they're
trash.
bottom,
They're
and I
trash.
know they're 2 points, but they haven't been shit though. They've been very They've been very unlucky, man. They've been very unlucky.
I'll be real, innit? I'll be real. Yeah, I am not having this. I'm not giving them.
They've been very unlucky, man. They've just been unfortunate.
You're not wrong, but still, you're not making Ahmed feel better.
Unlucky at the bottom of the table is crazy.
I'll be real, innit?
No. I know. No, I'm not saying but when you actually watch them, they're so unlucky. They shouldn't be losing as much as they have. They've not got the quality which makes sense. They don't have the Pedro Netos anymore.
Look me in the eye and actually do that without smiling.
Yes, I'm saying Wolves have been unlucky this season.
Yeah, you know what? I've sussed him out, innit? He's trying to rage bait the rage baiter, but he can't do that to me.
What is there to rage bait? I'm being honest. They haven't been as bad defensively. The best decent, but they've just had unlucky moments. They've not.
Bro, they have 3 points, bro.
Doesn't matter.
They have
No. But sometimes you know what it is. The points don't tell the story, though.
No.
Points don't always tell the story.
Oh, you know what it is, yo? I've done enough.
This is funny, to be honest. This is funny.
You know what's crazy,
Oh,
though?
what's the joke?
Oh, listen.
Look, what I'm saying, I'm not saying they've been excellent, right? But like they have been unfortunate. Like some of their games, I'm like, I kind of unfortunate they didn't come at least with a point. At least with a point, though. I'm not saying they should have won more games.
Okay, listen, every point you're making, you're about 2 seconds away from bursting out laughing. That's what I'm trying to look at you and what you're saying.
No, I'm laughing because you man are laughing, and I'm just trying to gauge what the hell you man laughing at.
Look. First of all,
I'm not even chatting shit. Bro,
listen.
No. I have not. Yeah. Okay, look at our game. Okay, let me diss my own team for a moment, right?
Forget about Arsenal United.
They should have got a point. This is what I'm trying to say. Like when you look at their games, they're moments away from getting something out of these games. They're not as bad as they look.
All right. Anyway, yeah. Listen, I'm not having this in it. I'm really not having it. So, like, he can say what.
Can I tell you something for real, Ahmed, about this? I know you gotta go to Saeed and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think Ruben Amorim is gonna get sacked. As long as you're sitting fifth or sixth, he's not gonna get sacked. So you guys have to accept that this is it.
I'm not accepting
you gotta accept it. It is what it is. Like as much as Chelsea fans accepted that the recruitment are gonna be like with Iqbali and these guys and the sporting directors, it is gonna be this. You guys have to accept it. You guys have to move on. Stop ranting. Stop. I think you're in a good place. You're sixth in the league. You are on course to get top 5.
Mo.
You know what I mean?
Stop complaining.
You know what? Yeah.
Stop complaining, broski.
You know what's mad?
He's not gonna get sacked, bro. He's not gonna get sacked.
You're not like Spurs anymore.
You know what's mad? Yeah, thank God I can really control, my anger, because I would have bit to that. I'll be real. I know Mo's laughing about that, yeah, but my club is Man United, isn't it? I'm not accepting anything.
Oh, we're Man United.
Absolutely.
Go again. Oh my God.
My club's United, bro. It's the biggest club in England, and they need to act like it. They need to actually behave like it, which is why
you are 2 points behind Liverpool.
Did you watch the game, by the way? Honestly,
I did. Wallahi, I did. But I did have 3 screens. But I did watch the game. And
it's embarrassing, though, isn't it? Listen,
I'm going to tell you something. To be honest with you, it is very embarrassing that in the last 5 minutes, it was 1-1 at Old Trafford, and Wolves were the ones having the chances.
Exactly.
That was fucking crazy.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. It's embarrassing, yeah, and we should be wiping the floor with these lot, innit? And if again, this guy is like, I don't understand why he is so scared of actually attacking and just going for it. I don't understand why he's so scared. I don't know what he's scared of. He values his system more than that, and than the players that he's actually got. So again, week in, week out, we've got 1 game a week, like you said, bro. We've got all the advantages. Cool, we've got missing plays from AFCON, but that shouldn't be an excuse in order to capitalize against Chelsea drawing, and then top 4 should be there for the taking, bro. It's easy. It's not difficult to get top 4. We've got the plays for it.
No, but Ahmed. Okay, but if you're looking at the overall picture, right? If you're looking at the overall picture, you're on 30 points. If you look at top 4, Liverpool are on 32 points. I know they've got to play tomorrow. Anything can happen in that game. You're not that far off. Why would they sack him?
You can do Chelsea, and you can do Chelsea. Chelsea scraped top 4 last season in the last 2 games. You can do that, and then you'll be great, and then you'll be good. You'll be absolutely fantastic, and then you can recruit next season and move on to the next one.
I'm asking a genuine question.
Because the reason why
the Champions League football, he's not far off.
The problem is you're not playing Club World Cup this summer. That's the problem. You're not playing Conference League. You can. I swear to God, you can. At the end of the season, you can scrape top 5. You can get top 5, and then this is a successful manager. He achieved this target. You get Champions League next season. You recruit, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, but Sol's was talking about looking at the points here. When you look at the Premier League table, especially where United are, it doesn't tell you the full picture. You need to actually watch the game week in, week out. Does the performances match with the points that we've got on the table? That's how you should look at it, right? Because again,
that's why I want you to just clarify, because you said top 4 is the aim, right? He should be getting top 4. I know United's aims are high. I'm not saying that
he's actually, by the way, he shouldn't be getting top 4. Aston Villa, Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, or Chelsea, and Newcastle.
Yeah,
Newcastle.
I don't know if it's easy.
By the way, this notion that Man United fans want to push to people that they should be getting top 4 or top 5 on paper, that is false. That is false. You lost Europa League to Spurs. Newcastle on paper should be better than you. Chelsea on paper should be better than you. Yes, they are.
Newcastle,
yes, they are.
Let me tell you something for free. Yeah, Newcastle.
Bro, they finished 10 positions between you and them last season. 10 positions.
They're not playing 1 game a week, though.
Again, yeah. Man United.
That 1 game a week thing is one game a week thing is forget
That's
that,
so-
bro. Like
teams
you have
have it.
the teams have
It does
depth,
affect
bro.
Newcastle for sure. Their depth
It
is
doesn't-
not great.
Newcastle-
Man United,
that one
Manchester
game a
United.
week gimmick that people
But
want
Mo,
to do.
Listen to this, right?
I don't
He's
think
like
it's
Newcastle
excuse for
is
my
bro.
club. If I'm a Newcastle fan, I'm gonna tell you guys. If I'm a Chelsea fan, if I'm a Newcastle fan, I will not come to any shows and say, by the way, I'm sorry we missed out on top 5 after
But-
being in top 5 last season because we had 2 games a week.
But didn't you say Man United have better players?
Imagine a manager. I'm gonna tell you guys. I want to think about it from the opposition, not from Man United point of view. Imagine Eddie Howe, after getting Champions League last season, going in the press conference and say, by the way, guys, I'm sorry. We actually missed on top 5 this season because we have 2 games a week. He'll get sacked the next day.
But they didn't have a great
It's like
squad.
the
And
next
then,
day.
and then even the players that they invested in Wissa have been injured a lot. Obviously, Alango, obviously,
They
that's
had
a
a
first-
they had
he's
the
been-
And Man
worst
United
transfer window.
adds. Do you see the injuries and the absentees of Man United?
Yeah, but I'm
Broski,
saying
they play in heaven week in,
one
week
game
out.
a week. He got
Heaven's
one
quality.
game a week.
It's quality. Bro, we've got better players than Newcastle. We've got better players than Villa. The reason why Villa are up there, is because Villa have a very good
Bro,
coach.
Lewis Hall by himself and Livramento are better than your whole back line. What are you talking about?
We've got better centre backs than Newcastle. And we've got better attack than Newcastle. Their attack
You
is
don't.
not-
Malik Siao has been good. I like Fabian
I'm not
Schär.
gonna lie,
I like Dan Burn.
Most
Oh,
of
Man,
them.
you're mad.
Bro, we've got better
Their
players than
midfield is more homogeneous. They're more together.
They have a
and
midfield.
We do
yeah.
have that.
Bro,
They got a way better
I'm
midfield.
telling you, Anthony Gordon. I'm telling you, like,
Anthony Gordon's awful, bro.
bro.
He's
Bro,
awful.
Jacob
No,
Murphy last
Gordon's
season had
better
20
than
plus
you
GA, bro. What are we talking about?
Gordon's
Jacob
awful.
Murphy.
Gordon's
better than
awful.
what you
Making
might
the-
have
Well, Tomato's better than Sesko. Can't deny that one.
Hands up.
Yeah.
Tomato's a quality player.
Right,
That's
right
the
now
issue.
he is, but Sesko's overall better.
Wissa, as much as we gotta say, Wissa had a good season last season. So is Mbuemo. So is Mbuemo. So they had good seasons. And they have Harvey Barnes.
Jacob Murphy might be better than Wembley this season. I'm not gonna lie.
Like my point about this, Ahmed, is that the pressure you guys are saying as Man United and that we must get top 5. There are at least 4 to 5 teams that are better than you this season on paper from the beginning of the
I
season.
disagree. I disagree.
Everyone tipped you to finish 5th or 6th or 7th. Like this is we gotta get top 5. We gotta get top 5. Bro, I disagree with you, Ahmed. I think you're in a
You
good
said the league's
place
not that
now.
good, though, innit? Didn't you say the league is not that good? And
Yes,
everyone-
it's not that good, and you're not that good. That's the problem. You're not good. That's
But you just said
you know,
that
the
on
league is
paper.
not good, but
But
you're
you
not
asked
good.
the question. You asked the question whether United have better players than Chelsea. That means internally you actually think that if you're asking the question because you're a bit suspicious about it. No,
Well, I don't think you have a
This
Palmer.
is
I don't think you have a.
analysis.
I don't think you have a Caicedo. I don't think
We have
I don't think you have a Reece James. I don't think you have a Kukurea. I don't
Their
think, I don't
fullbacks
think
are better.
you don't have
And-
Ruben
and-
Sanchez.
yeah, their fullbacks are better than us, isn't it? They've obviously got Palmer. Bro, Casemiro's been solid this season. He's been very good this season for us. Did you get it?
I
So,
hear
like,
you. I hear you.
I-
Anyway, I know you gotta go to Saeed. Big up Ahmed. Big up Ahmed. We're gonna just move to Arsenal. It's an hour before moving to Arsenal. It's fucking crazy. But anyway, Ahmed, tell Jamal to hold that 100%. Jamal is Saeed, guys. Just to let you guys know. The Gunner Edge, that's actually Dio. Arsenal own goals 3, Man City own goals also 3, but no one talks about that season actually. See the difference in nobody talks about these things. They only mention them for Arsenal. When I say that there is double standards in analyzing Arsenal versus other teams, people actually tell me I'm deluded. But that's the reality, Dio. Absolutely reality. My man here, Capmo, is saying, I love how Chelsea fans act like finishing lower in the league and qualifying for Shit Cup is a success over finishing second. Or rather, my last 3 years at Arsenal over winning cups against FC Sheriff.
Cool. Enjoy being a loser then.
Literally.
What are we doing here? History remembers second place? No one remembers second place. Do you remember who finished second place in 2004? I doubt it.
I'm going to be honest. I don't remember who went to the Conference League either.
That's fine. I can tell you it was West Ham and there's another team in there. I know. It's fine. I'm not bragging about Conference League.
You have to fail to be in it. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, but nobody's flexing Conference League. Like, if this tweet was just about Conference League, that's fine. Or this message.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, Club World Cup champions, beating the best team in the world 3-0, past the pad settings at halftime, bro. Like, that's something that you can actually laud and achieve and say, like, we did something.
Why
special.
Chelsea are the
And you
only
show up.
team that why Chelsea are the only team that brags about
shameless,
Club
man.
World Cup?
This is the
Inter
only
won
one.
Club.
Because we're the only team
Because-
that won it.
No,
This is
Inter won Club
shameless,
World
man.
Cup.
No. You
No.
won.
You won a 2-game
Confederations.
tournament. That's different to a 7-game tournament.
Yes.
7
It's
games.
the
from
same.
Seriously,
It's
the
the
highest
s-
prize
at
money
the end,
in
it's the same
every
tournament,
Any
guys.
tournament, bro. The highest
At
prize
the
money.
end of the same
Come on, bro.
tournament, guys.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not.
Because
Wait,
Liverpool
absolutely-
won it. Like, there's a lot of teams that won this whatever thing you guys are talking
Two
about.
games versus 7 is very different.
literally.
Yeah, that's not the same thing, Mo. 2-7 is crazy. Yeah.
To be honest with you, my team was playing in the Club World Cup. I watched only one game of Inter in that cup, bro, because I was busy.
Maybe if your team had younger players, Mo, you'd be more.
No way I've heard that.
Oh, okay.
The guy
Maybe
who
if my
watches-
team had young
The guy who
players.
watches 25 games a week,
Maybe
gonna
we
watch
swap
the whole
roles.
team in the Club World
To
Cup.
be honest with you,
Guys,
people
listen,
will tell
guys.
you ads that I actually didn't care about the Club World Cup, because for me the Club World Cup is very similar to the cup that we played in 2010, the cup you played in 2012.
That's not
For
the
me,
reason
that is
why.
the same.
You were still
For
starting
me,
the Champions League final,
I
bro. You were
treated
still
the
starting
same.
the
It was
Champions
a
League
tournament that is held in America, which is, I'm not gonna go there. But again, winning the Club World Cup is only good if it means progression, and he didn't progress.
No, that's
But-
a lie. That's a lie. But listen, I get
100%,
it. From the
it's not.
Champions League
Bro,
final, I get it.
Ads, there's only two competitions that matter.
I get it, bro. It's fine.
There is only two competitions that matter. There's only two competitions that matter
No.
for big clubs, which is the Champions League and the your league, wherever
That's
you
the
are.
Holy Grail. That's the
Anyone
Holy
else
Grail.
that says
But
otherwise, I'm gonna tell you, ads, and I hold it for my club. Anyone else, if I fucking lost to PSG in the final, if my team went on to win the Club World Cup, I wouldn't fucking flex it. I'll be still ashamed, bro. I'm gonna
Ashamed
tell
of
you
what?
what. I'm gonna tell you what. To be honest, I'm gonna guys, winning the Club World Cup is not the pinnacle. The Champions League and the league are the pinnacle of football.
Nobody put it on the
But
same level as that, but I'm saying
Yeah,
it's a good trophy to win, and it's heightened by the fact that you beat the best team in the world, the consensus best team in the world, that won 6 trophies this year. It would have been 7 if they didn't lose to us in the final. The same team that smashed Villa, smashed Arsenal, smashed Liverpool, destroyed your team in the final 5-0. Your captain didn't speak for 5 days.
So would
after
you
that game for a
rather?
reason,
So would
bro.
you? So you
But
think
they're
you would rather have your last 3 seasons with the Conference League and the Club World Cup than Arsenal's last 3 seasons?
Yes.
Yes. Now, just put it like this, right? Because again, I'm not saying that Chelsea have been a better team than Arsenal the last 3 years. Arsenal have been a better team, the more consistent team, have better players. If we're going to do combined 11s at any point over the last 3 years, there's going to be more Arsenal players in there. That's fine. I accept that. That's
Okay.
cool. Would I rather win trophies? Of course. Would I rather my team be better? Yeah, but my team's being better. I'm not winning trophies.
Man.
What does
Hey,
it mean?
bro,
It doesn't mean anything.
Bro, I'm sorry. It's the question isn't would you win trophies, bro. It's the importance and it's the level of trophies. It's like society. There's levels in society, bro. Listen, the 2 major cups, what Mo's saying, exactly. The Champions League and your main trophy. And you can add the FA Cup in there if you want. But no one cares about the Carabao Cup, number 1. And no one cares about the Club World Cup, number 2.
All right.
You can't put the
Listen,
FA Cup above the Club World
I
Cup.
don't. I don't plan to quit being a Chelsea fan in the next decade or two. I'll add another 2 decades to my fandom, and I don't plan on stopping making content anytime soon. So we can come back to this in 4 years, in 8 years, and then you tell me if the Club World Cup is still irrelevant. Fair?
Yeah.
The Club World Cup has been around forever, man.
Just not.
It's just, this is a
not
different.
going to be there.
This
not
is
like
a new
over.
version. It's a new
This is a
version.
new version.
Come
I
on.
forgot what the new name
Yeah,
for
but
the
it
previous
doesn't
format
matter. It
is.
doesn't matter. Real Madrid won the old UCL format. Doesn't mean we're going to take their UCLs away from them. Like, just
No, the other one still exists. This is just a new one that's actually better because it's.
And by the way, I'm going to tell you something.
trophy's a fidget spinner.
By the way, the Champions League before 1992 was different, and then after 2002, it changed the format. It doesn't mean that it's a new competition. It's just a different
But
format.
This is a new competition. This is a 7. They didn't
is a
get rid
new
of the old
competition.
format. The old one's still there. PSG won it against Flamengo in the final a couple weeks ago, bro. So it's still there. This is a new one. And again, it's the first one. It's the inaugural one. It's going to have less prestige. It won it that. than it
FIFA
was.
literally changed the name of the old one. Like it's a different tournament.
Let's
They put
actually,
any
guys,
continent
big up.
top one now.
Big up everyone that joined us from the Football Terrace, guys. Guys, big up Terry and the guys there. Hit that like button, people. If you guys are here, let's get to, we need subscribers, actually, guys. So hit that like button, subscribe. Can we get to 500 likes live? Let's actually talk about the Arsenal game.
Yeah, I was saying, let's talk about Arsenal. They just had a massive win. They beat, potential title challengers, right? Why are we talking about the credibility of the Club World Cup?
Best
Forget
till
about
last.
that.
Best till
Talk about
last.
Arsenal.
Best
Guys,
till
okay,
last,
before we
man.
do that, City are already bigger than Chelsea. They're a small club. That's Omar, Liverpool fan, whatever you think, Omar.
yo, that romance is nasty, you know.
PSG did not smash Arsenal. You literally have to be a worse team to win these trophies, to win the Conference League. But they're talking about World Cup.
They won home and away.
To win the Club World Cup, you gotta be in it, and you have to win the Champions League over the last like 3-4 years to actually be in it, which is what happened. But it is what it is. Arsenal Villa, guys. Oh my God! An hour 40. We arrived here. Is Emery still better than Mikel Arteta? Is anybody still thinking that?
Hey,
in the world? Everyone in this chat that told me that Emery is better than Arteta, come outside. That's the values.
Come outside.
One of them is on the panel, by the way.
I think Arteta wanted to ask you, Unai, but he ran away in it.
He's not. Sad. Marshall said he's not finishing above Arsenal. Over.
Go away, bro. No one asked you.
Hey guys, I think
Arsenal now. Can we say Arsenal now? Good evening.
Yeah, no. I think the first order of the day, is to smoke all those Unai Emery supporters that were screaming for replacements. You know, Arteta, get out. Unai Emery here. You know, these guys always come out in certain periods. You know, I have to address this because they piss me off the most. When it was 2 seasons ago, whenever it was, Unai Emery was performing. Oh, he should replace Arteta. He weren't doing nothing. First 5 games of the season, no one said nothing. He weren't doing nothing at the end of last season. No one's requesting Unai Emery. Now Unai Emery puts on a run of games. Somehow, we need Unai Emery back. Unai Emery's in the chat again. Look, it's not the same thing, guys. It's not the same thing. Unai Emery, Arteta, different levels. Yes, Unai Emery's won trophies in Europe and he's won all the European cups possible. No one cares, bro.
No, he didn't win the Champions League. No, he didn't.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, the
I want to establish this. Unai Emery got embarrassed in the Champions League with
baby European Cups, man. Baby European Cups. I'm not talking Europa League, yeah? That's what he's won. We know how many records he has.
Story Ledge, the gimmick of Unai Emery is European heritage because he won Europa League with Sevilla is a gimmick. Winning Europa League is a gimmick for everyone. And Postecoglou finished 17th and won Europa League. Anyone that comes on the internet and tells you Unai Emery winning Europa League is impressive, broski, there is a lot of teams that won Europa League. It is fine. It's a gimmick that people like to say, and I'm saying it here. If you win Europa League with Sevilla is not impressive as much. Yes, it's good. Everything is great, bro. The Champions League is the pinnacle of football. That's it. Winning Europa League is fine, is great, as everything. There is a lot of managers that won Europa League.
Not many have won 4 though, and that's
he's a Europa League merchant. He's a Europa League merchant, and that's okay, bro.
Yeah, to be in Europa League, you have to be shit enough in your league to go to Europa League, bro.
It's shit in the Europa League. Elite teams though. He was managing teams that's their level. They were Europa League level teams.
Okay, exactly, so that's his level then. So his level is managing teams in Europa League.
His level. Yeah, and that's fine. And listen, okay. The thing with Emery, right? Because at PSG, he was underwhelming and didn't win the league there.
And I said that. Ads literally responded to this. Yeah, exactly. For Sevilla, it's a great, and I agree. So his level is managing these teams. I'm sorry. I want my club to win the Champions League and
for us. I agree. He was poor at Arsenal. He didn't get as much time as Arteta, but because Arteta had a lot of time. Let's say,
come on, man. Hey, no.
My point is, Arteta got a chance to turn it around, and he did it. Again, with Emery, it didn't work out.
No. I'm an Arsenal fan, bro. I'm living Arsenal, bro. You as a rival fan, look at it in different eyes, bro. You're looking at Unai Emery and the media talking about 20-game run, Arsenal unbeaten. During those same performances, terrible performances, bro. Terrible performances. It's not like we were brushing the league. Pardon?
Don't you still have terrible performances now?
You literally beat Wolves. Sorry. Where are the terrible performances
Wolves beat themselves against you. That was a terrible performance.
Where are the terrible performances now?
There was the Wolves performance that wasn't a good one.
Okay.
Actually, to be honest, most of your games in December haven't been great performances, but you be getting
Right.
results.
Okay. And where are we? Where are we on the top of the table, and or where are we in the league table and the Champions League
No,
table?
I understand you've gotten the results, but aren't you?
Okay.
I mean, as someone who's not.
Wait.
I have a question.
I'll put it a completely different way for you.
I have a question for both of you though. Before you go, so
wait. I'll put this to bed in literally in a minute.
Okay.
Europa League got spanked. All he had to do was win one game in 5, right? 5. And you know who he played? The likes of Fulham, the relegations. And you know what he decided to do? Play Callum Chambers instead of some of our best centre-back. He decided Lucas Torreira was on number 10 and not play Mesut Ozil. That's the manager you're talking about. He had plenty of opportunities. Even after that, they gave him another opportunity. So that's it. It's as simple as that. He had his opportunity.
But managers do this. I mean, to be fair, managers do this, right? Like, and I was going to ask you guys as Arsenal fans, aren't you curious to see what the future would have been like if you had kept Unai? Because look at what Aston he's doing with Aston Villa. If he had a better team,
No. Okay. Let me break it down.
No pressure. There's no pressure, Marshall. Aston Villa.
Wait, I'll give him an La Liga history, right? So Valencia, Villarreal. Guess what his top finishes were? Have a guess.
Probably third was probably the best one he had.
Nope.
Oh,
It was 6th. That's his average finish in La Liga, and that's his league. He's been there for about 7 seasons at Villarreal, Sevilla, and at Valencia. The best he could do was 6th and 7th. That's his pinnacle, right? Now look at him at Villa. Similar story. You're looking at a similar story. His league finishes have never been good. So when we're now looking at him taking on a big job, you're seeing the same story. Guess what he did? He bottled top 4 because all he had to do was win 1 of 5 games. Not one of like 1 game and the last game of the season. No, he had 5 different occasions to get us top 4. He decided, fuck that, I'm going to play some random ass teams. He basically put Rob Holding as a striker. That's kind of the madness he was doing, right? To go and win this Europa League. Guess what happened in the Europa League? I mean, you guys spanked us, so you can tell us the scoreline. So that's what he did. Then, even after this madness happened, they decided to stick with him and go, let's go into the next season with Emery. Guess what happens then? When Arteta took over, this is the thing that people forget. Arteta took over at 14th. We were 14th when Arteta came in. And this is the manager you want me to just somehow continue with when I'm seeing.
Listen, I feel like we should put a bow on the Emery. All I'm going to say is with Emery, he took over at Villa when they were like 15th with Gerrard. So again, all I'm going to say is he's done a great job with Villa. Like he did a great job with Seville, with Villarreal. You want to say that's his cap? Fair enough, right? Fair enough. Because you can say that, Arsenal, PSG, the bigger teams, didn't quite do well, right? That's fair enough. I feel like maybe things have changed now. Again, players improve. Players have shown that they can improve over years. And I feel like Emery showed improvement. He's improving tactically. Again, that win streak was the longest in Europe. Very impressive. Despite not having, a great team.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Bayern Munich have the longest streak in winning streak in Europe, bro. When Arsenal beat them.
I said no, currently.
Okay.
At the time, we really had it. And listen, let's talk about Arsenal because, again, I'll be real, right? I was very impressed how you guys started the season, even though it wasn't the most free-flowing in terms of goals. I was always saying, this is scary because they're so defensively solid. They're choked, like they literally got their boots on teams' neck. They can't even get close to their goal, let alone test their keeper properly. And you're winning quite comfortably. But I was thinking, okay, at some point, Saka's going to get more goals. Gyökeres is eventually going to land and get something, right? The left wing situation, somebody might do something, right? But you were kind of seeing over a period of time, the last few weeks, where it's people saying own goal FC, set piece FC, all that stuff, right? But you're still winning, which is like, okay, you're winning games, but it's not pretty. But is it going to catch up to you? Is the nerves going to play a factor? And now you got the Villa game, right? Where if you even win that ugly, you know what? You beat a team that's third. Everybody's going to be happy with that. But you didn't just beat them; you smoked them. Again, I had the game on the side as well while I was watching my team disgrace themselves as usual. It is what it is. But from what I saw, first half you were struggling a bit early on, but then I don't know what changed, but you man destroyed. Obviously, the set piece changed the game to be fair, but it seemed like you man put it all over them, bro. And that's a big win. Like, you guys must be feeling even more elated now because it's your first big win in a while.
Souls, do you want to go or do you want me to go first?
No, you go.
All right. Look, Ads, I think you're right. I think that was a good performance from Arsenal overall. But as you stated, at the start of the game, we looked a bit shaky. I was taken back after the first 10 minutes because the first 10 minutes we're on top of Aston Villa. We look like we're gonna score. You know, we looked like we're about to dominate the game, and then they came in for about 20. They came back into the game about 20 minutes in the first half, and it looked like, you know, they're opening us up in regards to the midfield and just cutting through with Onana and Rodgers and, you know, their midfield players. So it was a little scary up until he stated the goal in regards to the set piece. Now the set piece opens up the game. Everyone knows this. When we score a set piece, it forces teams to want to play football, and which is exactly what we need to break down teams usually. And at the start of the game, what you can see is that no one's pressing. Both teams are quite just holding that middle block. They're holding that middle block. No one's pressing. So when you have a match like this, when Arsenal and Aston Villa are trying not to concede goals, but then Arsenal from the get-go show, all right, we're ready for this game, which is, I was very proud as an Arsenal fan. Like, this is what I expected. I watched throughout the week. I'm watching a couple panel shows. Everyone's talking about, oh, Arsenal look like we're regressing. Oh, own goal FC. Oh, we don't know how to score goals. Oh, is it going to catch up to us? Are we in a crisis now? Oh, City is second. The Sharks. All of this shenanigans. All of this crap. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, what? So throughout a whole season of 38 games, we're not expecting a team to have a bad period. Now, for Arsenal, in this month, every week we have lost a defender. Every single week, someone goes down. And everyone talks about, oh, you're not allowed to complain about injuries. But we lost Gabriel and Saliba to the Aston Villa game. That was the first game we played, and, you know, none of them were featuring. Now, obviously, that's not our main defense. Is the squad depth enough? Oh, we look like we're shaky now. Well, yeah, the squad depth is enough because we're still top of the league. You know, yeah, the performances have shown, it's not great, but I'm kind of sure you are going to go through a bad period sooner or later. Now, let me address the attack quickly before Souls, just you go through. With the attack, I agree that we're not clicking. Something's wrong with the attack. Gyökeres is just not
Hold
going.
on. Today, finally, he started moving well. That chance that Trossard created for him in the near post, that's a good movement finally. He just should have finished it.
I need more. I agree.
To be honest with you,
we're 19 games into the season, Mo.
In the first 20 minutes, my wife came up and said, "Why are you screaming?" And I'm like, "He is shit." I'm like, my wife was like, "Why are you screaming?" I'm like, because I was watching all the games, the Chelsea game and nothing game, and I'm like, "Oh my God, he is shit." And then, to be honest, after 20 minutes, he started moving well. He went to actually the channel. But in my opinion, and the reason why is, you know what the point when I said he's shit? When Gabriel played him that pass, or David Raya played him that pass, and Konza just picked his pocket just like this, and he almost scored. And I'm like, "You're just shit. You can even protect the ball, bro. Just protect the damn ball. Win a free kick or something. You're just shit."
Bro, he looks like he's in a Teletubby suit or something, bro. He's taking the piss, bro. Like, he needs to work on his touch. Honestly, as a 27-year-old as a striker, bro, he needs to go and practice his touch against the wall. Like, real talk.
And then, first chance, that chance that Hincapié crossed and he was a free header, I literally texted Ashraf and I said, "Jesus, Havertz, Moreno, that's 1-0 Arsenal." That chance, a free header, right? You're inside the 6-yard box. Martinez didn't come out. You weren't marked, right? You had a free header. At least hit the target, work the goalkeeper. That if that is Moreno, Havertz, so Jesus, 1-0. 1-0. The cross was perfection from Hincapié on his head. That's the first. That's like the fourth or fifth minute. Another game, by the way, when he had a chance, that was a free header. He wasn't challenged enough in that. Go check that chance. You should have hit the target. He closed his eyes. Go watch it again.
Mo, I said this to people. I don't want to keep going on about Gyökeres. I've already told you I've given up on the guy. Like, I never wanted him, and this is why. But the guy's got no head game. I've said it to people. He's not scored a singular header in his final season.
No head game is pause on that.
No, but it's true, man. It's true. I don't care how people want to take it, man. If people want to do the pause thing, do it in it. But the guy has not scored a header in. And someone put it in the chat. He scored 2 headers in his 100 goals that he scored.
But he improved, though. But he improved during the game. I have to be honest. He improved during the game. The movement improved. The movement improved during the game.
Sounds like we're talking about Kai Havertz.
He did improve.
Okay, fair enough. He started moving. Okay, amazing. But like,
bro.
Look, the reality of the matter is, I've said it. He's not strong enough. He's not fast enough. He's not intelligent enough. I said this to people before. I don't know what people were watching in these 100 games. You know what I did? I actually did a sanity check, right? I for some reason, I put myself through the torture to watch it again. I was like, right, let me watch this player again.
I just watched it. He literally pushed Luca Dini out of the way. That is the header that he should hit the target. I just watched it again.
Havertz guaranteed. Marino guaranteed that goes in. Jesus is 50-50. His
Havertz. I don't know about Havertz. Moreno,
Havertz air game is good. Havertz air game is good. But the reality of the matter is, I just don't think he's good enough. We've got Havertz back. We've got Jesus back. I might be out of my misery. I might be able to actually enjoy it. But do you know what I actually do want to touch on, right? And I'm going to get slaughtered for this.
Yeah, I want to talk about Odegaard. Can we talk about Odegaard?
Wait. No, let me get one negative out the way. Bukayo Saka. I think people need to have an honest conversation about him this season. Because this season he's been having stinkers.
I don't think people are being
too honest. He's not been good.
I think
even today, I actually don't think he was good today. Like, forget Gyökeres for a moment. Gyökeres is just his pants anyway. But I have to put criticism, because if I'm going to be fair, and which is one thing that I do, is Saka hasn't been good. The guy's been greedy as
fuck. But Sols, you remember, I thought you only actually say positive things about Arsenal. You're a deluded football fan. You always say, guys, this is guys in the chat. I think
I've never heard Sols say a negative thing about Arsenal.
Is that the right guy? Did we get the right guy?
No, look,
I think actually it's Sols. This is not the right guy. You always say positive things. You're not an honest fan. I don't think you're an honest guy. I think you're a liar. I think you always lie. You never say positive things about Arsenal. You are a deluded fan that never speaks the truth. You're always lying, gaslighting people. 100%. That's who you are.
No. Like the thing is, look, I just want to have an honest call, because at the end of this season, I said it to you, Mo, I'm taking a different approach. I'm taking it one game at a time. I'm looking at in the moment.
I'm joking.
I know people are gonna say this as well, but the reality of the matter is, if I'm gonna criticize as harshly as I have Victor Gyökeres, someone who's just come into the season, like who's just come into the league, I also have to look at Saka. Now, people can say whether it's the hamstring injury that's kind of psychologically playing on him, whether it's a mentality thing, whatever it is. For me, and this is what I'm going to break it down to, I'm not going to just say he's been poor and not give reasons for it. Now, when I'm looking at this game, I actually, if he was there or not, wouldn't have made a difference, because I don't think he actually contributed as much as he normally does. Now, the bar for Saka is very high, and I'm the first to acknowledge that. We've put Saka on such a pedestal that it's actually kind of hard to maintain that sort of level. We put him amongst some of the best attackers in the league. We put him on like Salah levels and stuff like that. We put him into those conversations. So I am going to expect more. The problem with him is this season especially, every time he gets the ball, and people can comment on this if they disagree, you already know what he's going to do. That's the problem I've got. It's like, if I, as a novice who's watching the game, as a fan, I'm pretty sure the coaches have clocked on to, it's the same thing every time. He gets the ball, cuts in, shoots, cuts in, shoots, cuts in, does some. It's the same repeated pattern of like behavior that we're now seeing. I just need him to tweak his game, whether that's because he's not at full fitness. I don't know what the reasons are. People can explain it better than what I can. But my problem is he becoming too predictable? And that's kind of my criticism on him. And I'm gonna hold it to that, because I expect better from Saka.
I disagree. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm really sorry. I think, in regards to performances for Saka level, I agree as in the levels have dropped. I'm not gonna kid around in that subject there. But as a whole, right, and when I look at it for Saka, I look at a guy that's given us, 5-6 years of consistency, right? Now, this is the first time he's had his first major injury in his Arsenal career, in his life. So maybe there is a reason for, the drop in performance. I can excuse that. Now, I feel like what's good for Saka is that everything is not on Saka now. Over the last 4 or 5 years, everything was on Saka, right? Whereas now, it looks like we're not relying, we're not dependent on Saka to make sure we score a goal. We're not dependent on Saka to make sure he gets us an assist. Like, that's not the same game as it was a couple years ago. So I feel like with the injury and coupled with the evolution of the team and the team performing better, I feel like, that's probably why you're looking at, Saka's performances have gone down. But let's actually be for real. Saka is still an effective player. Saka still gets doubled. He still gets triple teamed. He still gets the same attention as he did last season. So I just feel like you just need to take a bit more time with Saka. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe this is just me as a Saka super fan.
I've not given up on him. That's not like giving him time. That's a different story. But I'm one of those, like, if I'm going to be critical on other players, and he's not the only one, Saka's not the only one who's like levels. And I've been critical on Martinelli, I've been critical on Trossard last season, not this season specifically, but I'll also praise the players. Now, at the moment, Saka hasn't been at the races the way that we expect him to be, like you mentioned as well. Now, like I said, I'm open to suggestions to why that could be. Maybe my observation has been clouded by certain judgments. It could be that Gyökeres isn't firing, so it looks like he's worse, and actually he's the one creating, but the finishes aren't being put away. Same as like Ozil, Giroud, he should have broken the record if it wasn't for
I agree.
So,
I feel like the statement you made as him being selfish, I feel like that it's got to the point where he also feels like he needs to score more. And I'm happy with him taking more chances. Like, this is what we've been screaming at our players to do. Bro, shoot the ball. Try and score. Try. So, but more.
Have you not seen it being a bit from a stupid position? Like, he's doing it from crossing positions.
I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's crossing positions. I feel like maybe he is taking a lot more shots than usual, and he should pass it a few more times. There have been some couple instances where I've looked at Saka, you should have passed it there. You know what I'm saying, innit? But I'm gonna if he's trying to score, I'm gonna give him the leeway. And
I'm gonna tell you again, guys.
If we're still winning our games, I'm gonna give him the leeway. Now, if the results change,
you shouldn't. I'm gonna tell you why. Saka is the catalyst of Arsenal, or supposed to be the catalyst. Even if you're winning,
Odegaard is the catalyst. Odegaard is the catalyst. Or Mikel Arteta came out and said it.
The most important guy in Arsenal team is Gabriel, and probably Saka should be Saka, because Saka is the most consistent player for Arsenal over the last years.
I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm an Arsenal fan. Mikel Arteta came out and said we plan every attack through Odegaard. And we had to change that.
I think your maybe your two definitions of catalyst are different. Catalyst, from Mo's perspective, is your best player. Like, if he should be like Salah's the catalyst for Liverpool, for example. But there's other players who do.
For me, Saka is the guy. Like Odegaard, yes, he gets the ball from the defense, pass it to Saka or pass it to Gyökeres. Maybe Odegaard dictates where the ball is gonna go next, right? But the catalyst for Arsenal team has been Bukayo Saka over the last 4 years. Even when Arsenal had a bad season, Saka still put out 25 GA, 26 GA. Like, that's what Saka does, right? So for me, Saka, if Arsenal are to win the league, Saka needs to at least get back to 80% of his best. Same for Cole Palmer for Chelsea. Chelsea aren't doing anything without Cole Palmer. By the way, Haaland is the same for City. If Haaland isn't converting, Man City, Shirky might get a goal here and there. Foden might get a goal. Haaland must convert at the end. You know what I mean? Saka must convert, must start creating chances, must actually be there. However, I'm saying that Bukayo Saka lately has been surrendering to the opposition's marking. In the first half today, Saka had 15 touches. That's Saka in 10-15 minutes in games, 20 minutes in games. Like, Saka gets 15 touches in 20 minutes. Saka was surrendering to Lukadin. Like, Saka wasn't moving to get the ball enough. Odegaard looked at him and he didn't move to get the ball enough. I don't know what is the problem with this today. But because Odegaard plays on that right side. Odegaard normally gets the ball. They do the triangle, him, Timber, and Saka. Saka wasn't getting the ball enough today. You guys look at the game today. 45 minutes, he had 15 touches. He completed like 6 passes. That's not Saka. Saka doesn't do this. Saka gets on the ball 40, 50 times a game. That means 20 minutes get you 15 touches from Bukayo Saka. Normally, he's very close to Odegaard, asks for the ball, wins the free kick, dribbles somebody. He wasn't today. He wasn't doing this, right? And by the way, today, Saka wasn't even double marked as such. Like, he wasn't double marked as such. It was only Luka Dean, you know, because the left winger is Morgan Rogers. On paper, Morgan Rogers doesn't go back as much, right? He's kind of second forward. I don't know what happened to Bukayo Saka. I see what Souls is saying. At the end of the game, there was a time that he should have squared it. He took a shot to the right foot. Maybe he should have squared that one. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if it's... I think he's frustrated with Eucharist as well. Go ahead.
I think that's probably part of it, but I also think there is a factor of, like was mentioned earlier, I think him recovering back from a hamstring injury, you know, when you have a hamstring injury, it's very easy to re-injure it as someone who had a right back who has had that issue on both. And so it's very hard to trust your body to be able to hit the speeds and the runs that you were making, you know, before the injury, because you're afraid of re-injury. So there's a mental aspect to it. I also think the point of there being
one day left winger as a 10.
But I think the other factor that there's more players in the team now that can do something, that it doesn't have to be all on Saka's shoulders, is another factor. But at the end of the day, though, you're in first place. It's still in 3 competitions, and that's in spite of Saka's form. I do think there could be a plan in place, and this is just me trying to look at it from Arsenal's point of view, where maybe at the end of the season is when Bukayo Saka is going to be more relied on, right? Where it's Champions League semifinal. Oh, it's you know, if you guys beat us, which I don't think you will, if you guys beat us in the Carabao Cup, just get a trophy. I need Saka to step up for that City or Newcastle occasion, right? And at the end of the day, like, gun to the head, if I'm gonna pick someone on that Arsenal team to win me the game, I'm probably gonna pick Saka. So I think if at the end of the season he picks it up,
critical. It's not about, like, you know, picking on him or nitpicking. It's just, I expect more. And if I'm going to be honest about the analysis of, like, what I've seen over the last sort of 3, maybe 5 games, whatever, I am seeing those signs. And it could be the fact that Arteta, maybe Arteta and the players have learned that they need to reserve themselves, you know, because it is a longer season. Going 100 miles per hour every single game might not be needed.
So I honestly believe that's exactly what it is. I honestly believe Arteta has learned from his lesson when it comes to challenging for the title. The first season, we went gun-ho for the whole season. The players dropped off. Second season, challenge. Third season, we didn't even challenge at all. This season, we have the right reinforcements. We have the right squad depth. And it seems like Arteta has put the pause on the first half of the season in regards to chasing the league. Now, if we're able to maintain, you know, this performance level, and then I would say, but probably turn it up a notch in the second half of the season, this is exactly where we need to be. And this is what I was saying to Mo. I've said it. Yeah, Mo. I've said it all season. I've said I only judge my seasons when it gets to the halfway point. I judge the whole league when it gets to the halfway point.
And I'm going to tell you guys something. Arsenal today are halfway through the season. And that is why I'm telling for the people that keep doubting Arsenal. And I'm going to say this. You might look at Arsenal and say own goals or not own goals. Numbers don't lie. Arsenal have closed the gap in XG. Arsenal keep the most clean sheets in the league. Arsenal have the best defense in the league. And by the way, that is with 7 weeks Gabriel being out. Right? Just to let people know that, right? Their best defender being out. As it stands, Arsenal have played 19 games and they have 19 points. Haven't played Liverpool away, Man United away, Chelsea away, Aston Villa away. Haven't played these teams away. Haven't played Everton away, if I'm not mistaken. So for me, if you look at Arsenal season currently, they are on course to get 90 points or 90-something points. The reality is Arsenal currently are on course, are the best team in the league. Currently, they are. I don't know what City will do against Sunderland. But I bet the conversation of people will change if City drop points against Sunderland and the difference is 4 points after 19 games. People will change their tone. It's all about every time Arsenal draw a game or lose a game or the points just shrink, people panic. They panic. And they start nitpicking. Oh, Arsenal are shit. Oh, they haven't scored goals. So how about November? They only scored open play goals. Like nobody mentioned this. You know what I mean? Like nobody mentioned these things. No one mentions these things. But they only mentioned their own goals, right? They only mentioned his own goals. Nobody mentioned the stuff. Like, I'm going to tell you, Arsenal smashed Villa 4-1. And everyone is going to come to, it's expected. Yeah, we saw that come. Arsenal are better than Villa. They should win 4-1 against Villa. They should. Same people that keep saying that Arsenal will drop points against Villa. People picked Villa to win. Emery masterclass 2-1 at the Emirates. Revenge. What? Based on what? As it's hope instead of analyzing football matches. I wanted to speak a little bit about Martin Odegaard today. Emery, 18 months, 200 million, 11th, and getting smoked. He spent 200 million in the last 18 months. I didn't know that, my man. I didn't know that, Brian. I think he did spend a lot of money. I mentioned that before. He spent a lot of money, actually.
3 windows ago or something. That's the window they got Buendia, Liam.
You know, in 3 years, he spent already 400 million euros.
Yeah. They're in a bad position FFP-wise because they were really close to getting penalized.
Yeah, their wages are ridiculous.
Yeah, their wages are really
Saka wasn't great today, but has seen in the past few games, I'm not worried about him. When Saka gets better and he plays better, Brian is saying at Arsenal, he spent 200 million in 18 months.
Oh.
And when he spent 200 million in 18 months, that's a lot of money. And he was 11 when he was sacked. I want to speak about Martin Odegaard. It's going under the radar.
That's my captain. Man,
how good he was.
No, I've been saying it to people, man. Like, so many people disrespect Odegaard all the time, man.
Rightfully so, Souls. Rightfully
so.
No,
it's not rightfully so, man. It's never right. You might not all wrong. You're all wrong.
So.
Nah, you're all wrong. And I'll get into it why. Because the reality of the matter is he's been injured, so you can't even criticize him for like being injured.
I love you, Rosemary. Love you, Rosemary. You'll always support him. And that's just hope. You're just hoping, Rosemary. You're just hoping. You have no legs to stand on. It's just hope.
Who does this person support?
Man City.
Fair enough then. Yeah, like on the Odegaard thing, like, there's a bit of criticism that he does deserve. I'm not going to sit here and say like he entirely doesn't deserve it, but the reality of the matter is, like, Odegaard has shown the quality. Like, the fact of the matter is, people's criticism, the issue is the polarization of the criticism. It's he's got nothing to his game. He needs to be sold. He doesn't do anything. Why isn't Eze playing? Like, there was a few streamers as well. As soon as Odegaard scored in the other game, they were talking about, like, this is Eze's, like, campaign at Arsenal done.
Get this show.
Yeah, like, there's others as well that say the same thing, and it's not just him. He's just one of many that kind of go into this. Like, the reality is, like, for me, Odegaard has shown his qualities. Now, whether he's shown them on a consistent enough basis, that's a different question. But when he is on his game, like you've seen today, like you've seen again in the previous games, he's coming back from an injury, and this is what he can do. He presses off the ball. He's a leader in the games. He controls the tempo. Now, that's what we need to see. Now, I agree, like, we need to see this on a more consistent basis, but the fact that people don't think he's got the quality or he doesn't have the leadership to kind of get Arsenal over the line, that's where I disagree.
I think he should have played Eze next to him today.
Well, no, we won the game 4-1, so I'm happy with exactly.
By the way, you can win games despite having players on. It's okay. Inter, sometimes we win game despite having a Barella or this guy playing bad. By the way, it's okay to say that, guy. Arsenal fans need to learn this. You can win games. Like, Chelsea fans always do this. Sometimes they win games, they say, despite having Tosin on. Like, it's okay. I think Moreno today was in his head fighting somebody. I don't know. Bro, was he on?
Bro, he was sleeping. I swear to God. There was a moment.
That's why I say he should have been playing Eze today, especially because you knew that Villa were going to sit back, Eze, and move it on. It's good. By the way, I'm going to say something about everyone that complained about, just to be honest and fair with our analysis, Everyone that complained about Ruben Diaz not getting the second yellow against Nottingham Forest, today Mikel Moreno should have gotten the second yellow, and he won, and he didn't get it. So it happens. That's what I said in my match reaction about City last week, and I'm gonna say the same. He walked away. He was lucky not to get the second yellow as much as Ruben Diaz last week against Nottingham Forest. I don't think you know what I'm talking about, Marshall. I know you're watching Man City. Mikel Moreno literally.
I know what you're talking about. That's what I don't mean. The referees are the referees, and like it goes your way one week, it can go against you.
The inconsistency.
Yeah, but I wanted to be honest, because a lot of people said that Man City robbed Nottingham Forest, and Nottingham Forest like complained because Ruben Diaz second yellow card. That was a yellow card, and Mikel Moreno was a second yellow card. But we need to stop mentioning second yellows in subjective decisions. You know, these are very subjective decisions. It's not a straight red. It's not as obvious. It's not a straight red.
Sometimes they're lenient on second yellows, like unless you do something crazy. Then they.
And I hear it. A lot of referees are lenient about second yellows for all the teams, and it showed today against Arsenal, and it was for City as well. So just want to be honest about this. Go ahead. Someone actually sent this and said, Mo, all these things you said right now, no trophies, the best. They are best at disappointing. Wait until the end of the season. It is all good time, not for long.
Hey, listen, I'm taking it one game at a time. I'm just focusing on my next game. That's it.
I'm gonna say something to you.
Souls, you believe we're not gonna win nothing this season? I need to know.
I don't know, mate. I'm taking my next game in it. The next game.
Man, I want to respond to the super chat. Big up my friend. You're a Liverpool fan. Haven't won the league in 30 years. You came close multiple times and you didn't win it. Correct? So I don't know how long you have been a Liverpool fan. If someone told you this when you were top of the league in 1920, before you win the league, you would have told them you're crazy. At some point, Arsenal will win the league again. It's not like Arsenal are like Man United. Arsenal are very close. So at some point, they will get it over the line. Maybe this season, I don't know. Maybe next season. It looks like they are on course this season to do it.
Momo, you got to understand something about Liverpool fans. Yeah, they're bromance with Man City. They claim what Man City win. It's like a sibling thing, innit? It's like, oh, but that's family, innit? So we claim it together.
Like, I don't understand. A Liverpool fan that haven't won the league for 30 years to come and say that Arsenal will never win anything, bro. You haven't won the league for 30 years and you won it twice. So it's just ridiculous. In 5 years, you won it twice. So you guys have to understand this. Gabriel coming back.
There's no logic in half of these arguments. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think people just love to talk when it comes to football and analysis. Because come on, man, like saying Arsenal not gonna win anything. Okay, it's your opinion. I agree. You can have your opinion, right? But what basis are you going off? Where literally look at the way we're performing, right? Look at the way we're performing this season. It's not like any other previous season. On top of that, the team that we have this season, it's not like any other previous seasons. So when will it be good enough for someone to expect us to go over the line?
To be fair, you did have a 9-point gap in the beginning of the season that's now been closed down to 2. And City have been improving, and they look like they're going on one of those hot streaks right behind you guys. So listen, based on what? Based on the last 5 seasons.
It depends on the narrative that you go for. So I'm sorry, in that period of time that you're talking about, we look shaky. Our defenders have been dropping. Left,
do you
right,
see them shaky, Marshall? Like you're analyzing. Do you look at them and you see Arsenal shaky?
I think like every team, for the most part, I think the December period is just really tough for a lot of teams. The amount of football everyone's playing and just keeping up with injuries, keeping up with the physicality of the league and all that. Yes, just like Chelsea completely fell off a cliff this month, I did think Arsenal were going to struggle a bit. City haven't. I mean, that's up for debate. They had some games that are questionable. But I don't know. January is going to look just as jam-packed for Arsenal, and I want to see if they can consistently keep doing it. Now they have Gabriel and Saliba back, you know.
I agree we struggled, okay? Like, I can get on board with that narrative because we weren't convincing in every game. That's fair. But when did City look convincing? Like, if you look at the Leeds game, they conceded 3 goals. They could have lost that game. Fulham, same thing happened.
Fulham,
It's not like, I get it because of their goal tally, people think they didn't struggle. And yes, in most of these games, same as Arsenal, like even if you ask Arsenal fan, as crap as we were against Wolves, as shaky as it might have looked against Brighton, we still knew we were going to win these games. But when it comes to Man City, as much as we may think that we're going to win these games, it weren't as a smooth sailing. As soon as they kind of got too smooth, we don't expect a Man City level team. Like if Arsenal, for example, today it was 4. Let's say we were 4-0 up, but let's say that game ended 4-3. Do you think your narrative would be, oh no, but it was 4 goals in it. You were always going to win that game.
No, I was saying the same thing about the beginning of the season. Admittedly, I was nervous about Arsenal winning the league because I was looking at Man City thinking defensively, you guys look crap. You get torn apart on transition, all this and that. But Pep seems to have adjusted it. And you're right. The Fulham and Leeds game weren't convincing. 100%. I agree with you. And to be fair, the Fulham game should have been a draw, in my opinion, considering the lead they had. But since then, it has been convincing. A clean sheet against Sunderland, a clean sheet against Crystal Palace, clean sheet against West Ham. Again, with this crap defense that I don't rate. And they're getting results.
Marshall, I got to ask a question. Sorry, Souls. I got to ask a question. So you expected Arsenal and Chelsea to struggle in December, but not City. Why not City? I just didn't understand that one.
I was just saying they were the exception to this month, that they haven't really struggled. I mean, but even then you could make an argument they kind of struggled a little bit, but that was maybe in the beginning. I expect most teams to. And last season I was right about, City struggling in December. They did struggle. That was when they went on that, what was that run? 1 win in 11 or something. I forget what that historical run was, but they struggled. But this December period, they looked okay. So good for them, I guess.
And I want to ask you another question. So out of a 38 game season, do you expect a team not to have a shaky period? Or do you what are you expecting? Are you expecting Arsenal to run through the league? Because let me just say something. Because 5-6 weeks ago, it was this league has gone crap now because it looks like Arsenal gonna run away with it. Oh my days, this is the crappiest league. Blah 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 blah. Now City are back in the race, and they look like it's now going to be a competition. Now it's Arsenal not gonna win it. Which one is it for people?
Teams always have to struggle. That's why, that's why I say the things I say, because I know the season doesn't end in December. Like I know Chelsea historically,
but it shapes in December, Marshall. It shapes. Like we know now that Chelsea aren't in a title race, that Liverpool aren't in a title race, that most likely. Like it shapes in December. We kind of know what we're gonna see at the end of the season.
We kind of do, but it also shapes in the last 8 games of the season, in the last 6 games of the season. Last season, I was out of the top 4 race until the last 6-8 games. Pochettino wasn't going to get into Europe until the last 6 to 8 games. So, I think to the other Arsenal fans' point, I'm sorry, I never got your name.
Ledge and Souls. Ledge.
Okay, Ledge. I do think that at some point, Arsenal were going to drop points. Like, I wasn't like other fans.
They already did. They did, Marshall. They already did.
But in the beginning of the season where people were saying Arsenal look really convincing. Nothing looks like they can stop them. The best team in Europe and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, that's great. They're not the Invincibles. They're going to lose eventually. And there are going to be injuries that are going to affect them.
So why don't you have the same for City?
No. I thought City would struggle in December. All I said was that, it looks like they didn't.
So City haven't struggled in December. Yeah. City have won 6-6 in the league.
They struggled early in the season. They
had 2 losses. They lost to Villa. They lost to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Do you think City are going to struggle again? Let me ask some questions. And people in the chat, guys, I want you guys to let me ask questions to Marshall, who is outsider now, 15 points. Do you think City have had their blip already?
I think so. I think in January they're known to reinforce, and I think that's only going to help in case Haaland were to get hurt, for example. All right. But even then, Cherokee and Foden, they're having.
Do you think Arsenal have had their blip over the last 7 games when they actually won 1, drew 1, 1-1, lost 1?
Yeah, I think this is probably as bad as it's going to get for Arsenal. I don't expect Gabriel or Saliba to get hurt again. They might have the attack has been the thing with Arsenal that's not been.
Are
very
you expecting
convincing.
City to get better?
Yes, I
Are you
expect City to
expecting
continue
Arsenal
this
to get
form.
better?
I expect
Or do you
Arsenal.
think they peaked?
Just
You know
on the
what, Mo?
hesitation, right? I've got something to
I think maybe
because you're
I don't
hesitating,
know.
right? I've got something to
Yeah.
add, right?
Yeah.
So you're okay. So you're saying that Man City are going to improve because you think they're going to reinforce in January. We may not need to go out and actually buy players. That's not necessarily our
Yeah, I
main
don't think you
objective
guys
in
do.
January. But when
We
you look
do.
at kind of the regardless, right? Like we've still got reinforcements coming in. We've got Kai Havertz who hasn't featured this season, other than
Yeah.
a period in the United game. We've had Gabriel, Saliba, we've had many of our defenders who we've not had a stable back four this season at all. Like, bar the period where we went on this cheat run.
But you have good defenders.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. We've not had a set of back four. This is why I'm saying your hesitation doesn't make sense to me, because the same kinds of, pointers you're going to give to Man City where they can reinforce in certain areas, we're also going to do that. Like, even if you look at our attack, for example, you've got players coming back who play the attacking game. You've got midfielders who are going to come back as well, and we've got defenders who are yet to actually feature properly.
I guess with me, it's more so that when I look at City, even with how questionable their defense is, they've reinforced in the attack. They have those Mavericks, and they've figured out a way to make it work and be okay with that. Whereas with Arsenal, the one thing that concerns me is I don't think you guys are going to lose many games going forward.
Okay.
Maybe one off, and it could be because of another injury to your center backs. It could be something stupid. What I'm more worried about with Arsenal is the attack not being as effective, as efficient as it should be. But Souls, you did bring up a good point. You haven't had Havertz. Jesus just coming back. Maybe that changes things, but that's kind of where...
And by the way, they haven't had Martinelli and Trossard fit the whole season, by the way, together.
Yeah. I don't have excuses because I had injuries early in the seasons. I got those injuries back and we look worse.
I'm going to tell you, can I say, guys, a statement? If Arsenal has peaked already and they just go back to that peak with Gabriel being back, they will win the league.
Yeah, they can keep consistent. Yeah.
Because we
you know how simple that statement is?
With Gabriel,
you guys know that simple. If Arsenal don't go out in January, don't go out. And don't
That's
improve.
why I said it. I don't even think
and don't improve. If Arsenal just go back to that form where Gabriel, Saliba, Calafiori, Timber, Rice, Zubamendi, and whoever the fucker that plays up top, it doesn't matter. You know what? It doesn't matter. Gabriel Heinz up top. If that was Arsenal's peak, and City keep getting better, but Arsenal go back to that peak where you remember the 8 games, 8 clean sheets, 8 wins, no chances conceded, all this stuff. And I'm going to say this. Maybe that was Arsenal's peak and they picked on it. If Gabriel coming back and Jesus coming back, and that means that Arsenal just go back to that, they will win the league. I'm not guaranteeing this. I'm not a sorcerer. I don't know the future. You know what I mean? But the reality is Arsenal at that time were ridiculous. No shots on target conceded, no chances conceded, winning games. By hooks or by crooks, you can say pieces, you can say penalties, you can say whatever. The job was getting done. And it's every single game they were getting no shots on target, no chances created against them, goals, and whatever. If Arsenal go back to that, I think that form will win them the league. I'm not saying anything about City. City might improve and will improve, but that Arsenal gets 90-something points and win the league. Simple. I think that is, and that is my point. People, have anyone noticed that the blip happened when Gabriel was out?
Yeah.
And even in the blip, we lost one game. It's not like, we went on to this madness of like drawing games and lose. No, we lost one game, we won the rest.
And that's not me glazing or lying or anything. Arsenal won 8 games in a row, clean sheets. I don't think people understand how crazy that is.
No, and that's the thing. Like, you can definitely win the league as long as you're keeping clean sheets because you only need 1 goal to win. Right?
That's it.
I'm worried about the one game where maybe you don't score that 1 goal. And
But here's the thing, though. We've already addressed that sort of issue happening in the future. And the reason why I say that is, okay, let's just say hypothetically Gyökeres isn't working. you've got a plan B in Jesus. Like, for example, Jesus comes off the bench. Granted, we're
Yeah.
winning the game, whatever, right? His goal doesn't mean much on the
There's
ground.
Madueke, there is Havertz, there is Martinelli, there is
Well,
there's so many
Jesus-
things
yeah,
that have to
Jesus-
go wrong for that thing not to work.
Yeah.
Like,
You
Jesus
guys-
comes on, he scores. He's a completely
Oh.
different profile of striker. Even if that doesn't work, you've got Havertz who can come on. If that doesn't work, you can go put Moreno up top.
Like there's so many solutions.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something. There's so many solutions for us. Like I remember when Arsenal signed Kai Havertz.
Mo,
If
sorry.
Kai Havertz didn't work, it was an Eddie Nketiah, bro. That's it. That was it. The option
And
was
this
Eddie
is-
Nketiah.
Oh, this is why I'm so confident this season. This is why I'm so confident this season. I couldn't care less what anyone tells me. If it gets to May and all my days we don't win the league, it is what it is, bro. What's gonna happen? Like no one's gonna beat me, bro.
Like,
Like,
but I don't
really
understand why that. Why?
I
okay,
mean-
I understand why I can ask questions. I understand why Marshall can ask questions.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is that how can an Arsenal fan keep asking questions? Can be like why would an Arsenal fan keep saying finding the reasons why they won't win the league instead of finding the reason
Yeah,
why
yeah.
they'll get better?
Listen, I know,
It doesn't make sense in my head.
There's plenty of them. There's plenty of them.
Like I
And-
don't in my head, I understand if I sit and say Eucharist is shit, it might not work. You bought the wrong striker. I understand if Marshall asks questions. I understand that. You know what I mean? What I don't understand is that if people keep sitting and saying, this is why we won't win the league. But you're top of the league on 45 points after 19 games. And you're top of the Champions
We've been to
League.
St. James's Park. We've been to Everton Stadium. We've already played Liverpool at Anfield. We've been to Old Trafford. Like, we've been to some of the toughest grounds
Like-
already.
Like I understand
Yes.
my friend here, and I understand CWJ. I understand you are a Liverpool fan. And he said, if I may, I can explain. I understand the Liverpool fan saying this. I understand the City fan saying. The problem is, and that is what I don't understand. I don't see City fans sitting down telling us, I see why we won't win the league. They're like, no, I see. They find the reasons why City will win the league. Even when I analyze City, I try to be look at the positives and stuff like this. I don't understand that, to be honest with you. Fonzie, big up Mo. Manchester are an embarrassment to football and life itself. The day cannot come faster. That club deletes itself out of existence. I think you got it wrong, Fonzie. Man United are on the same points as title contenders Chelsea. They're doing very good this season. And it is the season is getting better and better. And they are on course to get top 5. So I don't know why are you complaining, Fonzie. They're good. Man United are good. This super chat is for the Arsenal fans who believe we will win. Big up to you, Mo Souls, and the Arsenal fans on the panel. Big up, D. Thank you so much for the super chat. Always appreciate the support. I don't want to keep you guys for long. The conversation is good. I'm enjoying this, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
I'm actually enjoying this conversation. But I want to thank everyone that joined us. Thank you guys for being here. I want to appreciate you all. Marshall, of course, absolutely fantastic, as normal, as usual. You're absolutely amazing. Marshall channel is in the description, people. Of course, you know that. I don't know what to tell you, Marshall.
Just trying to make
Chelsea
me feel
fans are
better.
now
Thank you.
in. Huh?
I said thank you. You're trying to make me feel better.
I know you are. Great content, of course. Tell the people where to find you as well on Twitter, on everywhere. Tell the people.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, on Twitter, being really upset about my team, on Casually FC. We try to stream most days, twice a week minimum. I actually, funny story, I had food poisoning last night, so if I'm a
Really?
little down in the dumps than usual, yeah, so I'm still recovering from it. That's why, like, I'm even more upset about this result, because not only did I get food poisoning last night, I had to watch that game that I watched, and oh man. But yeah, Casually FC, YouTube, Twitter, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, and Baylage. Guy, tell Baylage, tell people where to find you, my man.
Guys, just Bayledge on YouTube and X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. BAYLEDGE. Let's go.
Guys, thank you, Gunnar Souls. Of course, you will find them on Egal, on here, on the Football Terrace, on Sam's channel. Ads is here as well. And Ahmed, AA United, who's always supporting us and always here. I want to thank everyone that joined us. Hit that like button before you guys go. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. UK time, I am with Marshall and I am with Jay from the Catch Up, of course, people. So support us there. I will see you guys. This will take you to actually Tariq Patterson, City fan. I will see you guys soon, and we're out of here.